just ask on the air.
Ask what?
Where can you get some dope?
I didn't say that.
You decided to stop drinking?
Trying to.
Why you ask everybody in the building where to buy dope?
I didn't ask everybody in the building where to buy dope. One person allowed. It was just a joke.
What kind of dope you looking for?
Stopping drinking is very difficult. I took Revia this morning. It's made me quite edgy.
Edgy how?
I'm just edgy.
You mean you got the shakes?
No.
You got the sweats?
Little things are getting to me.
Like what?
Like burning up my barbecue utensils today in my barbecue grill because I forgot to open it up and look inside.
Oh, I was about to go, I didn't leave the house. How'd you do that?
Lit the fire, and they were inside, because I'll leave them in there so I know where they are. And they have a plastic handle that started on fire and dripped down into my grill and ruined it.
All right, so
it's just everything's getting to me. Everything's making me edgy. That was a bad thing. Then I go to explain to Joy what happened, and she goes, well, you should have gotten flour or baking soda because water will make a plastic fire splash. Well, no,
it won't.
I've burned plastic models my whole life. No, it won't. He puts it out. And meanwhile, while I'm running to the Kroger to get the flour, what the hell is the fire going to be doing? Shoosh. Fire. Wait. Flour. Neighbor, do you have some flour? So, been having that stupid argument all day.
With her?
Yeah. It's liquid. It'll splash. It'll burn you.
It ain't liquid.
I know. Burning plastic technically is like lava. It's sort of liquid, but it doesn't.
Yeah, but you can stop lava with water.
Yes.
I've seen it on TV. Turns into a rock.
You put what? Swear to Jesus. You put water on a fuel fire?
It's not a fuel fire.
It's a plastic fire. I put the fuel out, obviously.
What you say when you hit her?
Hit her. I think her cell phone must have dropped the call.
Oh, it's on the phone.
Yeah. I called her stupid.
The counselor suggest that?
Nope.
Her stupid?
Nope. Counselor didn't suggest stopping drinking either.
Why not?
He just said one thing at a time. I can do that anytime he says do that. That's a separate issue.
You're crapping me.
He said that's a separate issue.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It is not a separate issue.
I probably wouldn't have called her stupid if I hadn't quit drinking.
Are you telling me the truth? This therapist told you guys that drinking wasn't a problem?
That is an issue. That is an issue, but we're dealing with. I'm walking myself into a corner. Can we just change the subject?
Because you're in a bad mood doesn't mean I gotta be. What are you shy?
We're dealing with the way we argue.
Yeah, you're calling her names. Yeah. Igmo. What? Give me $150. How do you guys argue?
I'm not supposed to call people stupid.
You know what? That's going to happen from time to time.
I know.
Now, did you say you're stupid or you're behaving stupidly?
I said, don't be stupid. Water puts out plastic. Click. So she sends me the definition of molten or something, lava.
Let's see. You guys had that argument? Did you guys ever have the argument about paper covers what? You have that one yet?
No.
Scissors cuts paper?
No.
Oh, God. So she sent you an email about how to put out a plastic fire?
Yeah, that I was wrong.
Let me ask this way. While the plastic was on fire, and you threw the water on it, did it go out?
Immediately.
Seems like that should have ended the argument.
Yes.
What did she say when you went, it immediately went out?
That I was wrong. Plastic splashes when you put water on it.
No, it doesn't. It solidifies.
Yes. I'm aware.
Let's check with the local expert. Everett. Yes. Plastic, liquid or solid?
Well, typically it's a solid. I think when it's ignited, it becomes a liquid, but I think you're right. If you pour water on it, it will cause the plastic to cool, hence transforming it back into a solid that is no longer on fire.
There we are.
Thank you.
See, now you've been validated by a man with an IQ dangerously close to 200.
If I just had said that instead of don't be stupid.
No. All right, let's back up. When you said, here's what happened, how did she approach you? Did she approach you like, what are you doing, you idiot? You're trying to put that out with water.
No, she said, you put water, this is exact a quote, you put water on a fuel fire.
See? Just that intonation makes you sound stupid.
And I said...
and that puts you in a defensive mode.
Yes. It's not a fuel fire any longer. Obviously, I've turned the propane off at this point. It is now a plastic fire.
Well, you can't put out propane anyway.
That's what... yeah. That whole argument, I didn't even get in. I didn't get that far.
How long did you guys argue about this?
It's been all day.
Seriously?
Since noon. Off and on, emails back and forth.
You know, that's not really what you're arguing about.
I know. I'm having a crappy day, and I turned up and I ruined my
power play.
Exactly right. It's a control issue. You guys are wrestling for control. That's just the mechanism that you're using. I mean, think about how absurd the argument is. You can't really...
It's totally absurd, and it's taking up any moment of my day has made me even more angry.
Well, but you have the right to jump off that train anytime you want. You can quit having that argument. You don't have to buy into it. You don't have to respond to what she says.
There's really nothing else to say. You put it out with water.
I did.
You proved in a controlled environment that your theory works.
That's right.
You can now go on to rule the world. You can now put out plastic with water.
Pasteur?
Yes. You've conquered time and space. Poof.
I know. So now I need a new grill.
I don't think it's a grill that you need.
Quit it.
Maybe an anagram of grill, but...
I get that.
I don't get what he said. What'd he say?
An anagram of grill. What was it?
No, never mind.
Same letter.
It's not worth repeating if you don't get it the first time right.
Girl instead of grill.
Grill, girl.
Oh. Well, that didn't take long. Thanks, Everett.
Sure.
Behold Frodo. So you guys are still going to the counselor? Oh, wow. When was the last time that we went?
A couple of weeks.
Okay. Why have you skipped?
Last week we went out of town. Weekend.
What'd you do?
We go typically on Saturday.
Okay.
With the Shreveport.
When do you normally see the counselor?
Saturdays.
All right. So obviously getting out of town is more important than focusing on your relationship. See what happens? See what happened? You missed a week of even going to this nut bag and you're having arguments about burning utensils. An all-day argument.
Yes.
You realize the argument had been a lot shorter if you just smacked her.
No.
I mean, over-smacking.
No.
It'd been done by now.
No.
We don't do that. We certainly don't advocate it. But I'm saying...
I shouldn't call names. That's...
You just said don't be stupid.
Yes.
That's a suggestion.
Then I used your argument.
Oh.
If you don't want to be it, don't be called it, don't be it.
Dude, I wouldn't use stuff like that in real life.
Why?
How'd it play out?
She emailed me back. Then I suppose you won't mind being called a jackass.
Okay. Of course, setting your own utensils on fire is pretty stupid in itself.
It was stupid. I never said it was smart. It just, I was in a hurry. I lit the grill. I didn't even open it up. I heard it go, and I went, okay, it's lit. I went back upstairs to get the meat. I came back down. I see black smoke pouring out. I went, that's not good. I thought it possibly was a grease fire at first. So I opened the lid, and I realized I'd left my scraping utensils inside it.
Well, we'll get you some new ones. See?
I need a new grill.
Is the grill really crapped?
Yeah.
What'd you spend for it?
It's not expensive. About $120 at Home Depot. It was cheap.
Oh.
It was a little char grill or whatever.
Maybe we'll go get you one.
I'll go get one.
Well, see, that way your day's already better.
I saw a new one anyway. About $250. It's got a little side burner on it.
Wow, side burner, $250. How can you cook on that?
Some of us don't have $5,000 to put on a grill that we build into our homes. Sorry. Some of us just need fire. It's all same thing, kind of same fire comes out of yours that comes out of mine.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Some of us only know to cook meat on grills.
It was an accident.
Whatever.
Obviously, I'll remember not to keep the tools in there. Been doing it for a year and never burned them up before.
Yes, Cole?
I got some advice for JD. The best way to get out of an argument with a female, and without admitting that you're wrong, is to tell them, you know what, you may be right. Because you're not admitting guilt.
No.
You're not admitting that you're right.
Cole, stop it.
But that's the best way
No. Please come up here.
Without admitting guilt, without admitting that you are right.
Never, ever, ever, never, ever. Listen to me. Never give credence to some jackass viewpoint. Never do it, because that's only going to make it happen again. You want to nip that in the bud right then and there. They need to know why they're wrong, and they need to know not to do that again. If you lend any credence to their stupid thought process, it propagates. And then it becomes a cancer, and you can't kill it. Because then their stupidity starts to encompass your whole relationship. And you can't, it's like stomping out forest fires. You can't do it. Never, ever validate a woman. Thank you.
Especially when it comes to putting flour on a fire.
Flour would have handled it.
It would have handled it, but I didn't have any.
I understand that.
Or baking soda.
Did water work?
Water worked.
Did water work?
Water worked fine.
Water worked fine?
Perfect.
Okay. Then you win.
Yes.
Why didn't you just tell her that? Because the water seemed to work. Maybe it's one of those special plastics where water works on.
It must have been. This is such a ridiculous conversation. I can't believe I'm having it.
So how long has it been since you've had anything to drink?
2 days. That's the hardest time, the first 3 or 4 days. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but to be honest, that's the hardest time.
No, I believe it.
That's the night sweats and the bad dreams. See, that didn't bother me at all. It's not because Gentleman Jack is no expecting it. I don't like it.
You like it or not?
I don't drink it.
I will still get a nice warm buzz going out of it. Hold on.
Besides, he's switching to dope now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What kind of dope you decide to try?
I just said that in a moment of frustration. Somebody said, you look frustrated. I said, I need some dope.
Well, what kind are you going to do? Are you going to smoke it?
I don't know what it is.
Or you decide to shoot it?
I don't do it.
You could snort it.
I don't do dope.
Why don't you stop by,
they don't sell it. It's illegal. We should not have this conversation.
Well, we're just speaking hypothetically. We're just trying to help you get over the sweats by getting some dope. Why don't you start low, possibly stop by Home Depot on the way home, get you a nice big can of Red Krylon, and huff tonight?
No. Not going to huff.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
No.
Then you can move your way across the spectrum.
That kills people.
Get your favorite color and just huff. And then when your lungs are all full of paint, you can move on to something else, possibly clear coat.
Oh.
So what kind of dope are you going to do?
I'm glad we don't stock my liquor here. That's all I'll say. What? I'm not going to do any dope. I'm kidding. If I can just get past this.
Can't you take any medicine to get past the sweats?
Yeah, I took, actually it's just the frustrations, the sweats and the shakes and stuff. The Revia.
Yeah.
Takes care of that very well. I've taken that.
Okay.
But so it doesn't take care of the
Why can't you stop drinking during vacation so the show doesn't have to suffer?
I'm sorry.
Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you wait for the 4th of July week where we're off and stop drinking then?
To be done by then.
Oh, you ain't going to be done by then. You're going to be drinking again. I don't know why you're putting yourself through the grief.
Jones, on your own time.
Yeah. Why don't you just go ahead and drink until the 4th?
I don't want to.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
No.
Drinking all the way up to the holidays.
No.
Nice little buzz at night.
Nope.
You laying there in bed wondering what you just ate.
Nope.
You get up the next morning, you go look at the trash can.
Yeah.
You pissed off because you don't remember that steak?
No.
And a half bag of tacos?
I don't eat at night. That's fortunate.
Well, I want you to start drinking because you're sucking the life out of me.
I am not. You got 20 minutes out of a stupid argument.
I know, but it's almost over. Which reminds me, has anybody seen Trey today?
Yeah.
Is it me, or is he going out of his way to dress like Jethro Bodine?
Yes.
Did you notice?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Nice red checkered shirt. Blue jeans.
Yes.
He's a rope belt away.
Mm-hmm. All right. Take this and we'll start. Yes, Jill?
I just want to know how much he was drinking and how often, to where he's getting night sweats and bad dreams. And
wasn't that much. It's just every day.
Every day, like 2 drinks a day? Or?
No. Somewhere between a third of a bottle and maybe half a bottle of vodka.
A day?
Vodka?
Yeah.
I got to go, Jill. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I never knew it was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I've never been around a real one.
It's kind of exciting.
Yes, you have.
I ain't no alcoholic.
Okay.
I have never gone through a half a bottle of anything in a day. It takes me about a week to go through a half a bottle of something in my own house.
Yeah. Just gonna say.
A half a bottle?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan, JD? Are you planning on quitting for a short period of time or long
do that.
time?
I can get past this. I've talked to a lot of people that have done it, including you.
Right.
It occurs to me the two smartest people in the studio have stopped drinking alcohol at some point. So,
What are you calling me?
I'm saying this. We had that thing a couple of weeks ago. Who are the smartest people? They turned out to be Eddie and Everett.
I was just a bet. I'm the smartest person.
So, anyway, and you both drank at one time and you quit.
I'm just wondering if you're doing anything.
Eddie quit because he was dangerously close to going to prison.
I know. Well, you know. If I'm having arguments about burning barbecue utensils, maybe I should stop and think.
Well, that wasn't because you were drunk. Were you drunk this morning?
No.
That had nothing to do with it.
Well, it could be because you were edgy, though.
Yeah.
More irritated because you haven't been drinking.
Nah, you forget stuff all the time. I've left stuff on the grill before that I forgot was in there, pot or pan, and you get pissed off and you get over it. And luckily, I ain't got somebody to bitch at me all day on how stupid I am. So is this going to ruin your week?
No.
With her?
No.
Sure?
It's stupid.
Okay. Ever tried its power play? She's trying to be right.
No, she's not.
You've proven that in your studies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Is this a full-size bottle of vodka?
750 milliliter.
And you go through a half?
A third to a half.
And, you know, alcoholics always underreport, so it's probably closer to a bottle.
Okay.
Are you underreporting?
No.
We need to know.
No.
That's part of your denial, JD.
He's not denying anything. He said he's an alcoholic.
Well,
why would he try to minimize it?
Well, because that's what alcoholics do.
Are you minimizing?
Yes, it's more like a gallon.
Do you go through a whole bottle?
No.
Why? I believe him.
That would kill,
Okay.
That would kill me. Or maybe it wouldn't. Maybe I should try. Drink more or stop. One of the two. I don't know which.
Are you itching?
Why would you say drink more?
I'm sweating. I'm kidding.
Oh. Go back to drinking.
Okay.
Would you like me to send Trey out for a nice bottle of vodka?
No.
What's your favorite? Is it
None.
the Sky stuff?
No. That's rude. That's cold.
You know, I don't drink, but the bottle is so attractive. It
Yeah, just-
almost makes me want to.
Just saying. How about a nice big Bloody Mary?
I don't like those. Too salty.
Well, what's your favorite mixer?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to. Diets.
Hang on, here comes
Cherry
Trey.
7 Up. Oh, here he comes. Great.
See the shirt ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say it.
What?
Say it.
What?
Go ahead. Say it with that nice red shirt and the blue jeans. Say it.
Say what?
Oh, no! Say it. Will you run to the store and get JD some vodka?
No.
Sure. He likes, don't you like Grey Goose, JD?
No.
You like the Grey Goose, don't you?
That's really rude. I think I've tried really hard the last couple of days not to drink.
I know, and it's time to be rewarded.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm supposed to be surrounded by people that are my friends. You know what? Maybe I need to take 2 weeks off and go to rehab.
Okay, you think your job will be here when you come back?
Probably not.
Okay, then.
Well, then I guess my health was worse this job, wasn't it?
Ask that again.
I guess my health was worth losing this job then.
What's the correct answer, Everett?
No.
Oh, okay. Go get the vodka. Never thought of it that way.
Do you have to, is it really out of the question to taper off like you do smoking?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it just is. Tapering off is a lie to yourself.
I'm just asking. Smokers do it. That's the way they get. It's a step program to where they, the nicotine less and less and less. I'm just asking.
Because with alcohol, judgment's the first thing that goes. And so you go, I'm just going to drink a little tonight. And you don't. You get a couple in, you go,
Well, is it possible just to take a little home?
I guess. If they don't sell it, I guess you could buy a little bottle.
No, I mean, just take a little. And I'm not trying to rationalize or make light of this, but sometimes when I want to cut back, I just don't have anything in the house. I get home, there's nothing to drink, so I go to bed.
It's possible.
Or you call me saying, bring me whiskey. I'm leaving now.
Thank you. I hear a fan going on in here someplace.
It's this Red Bull thing.
All right, we can shut it off during the break. Or you can unplug the neon sign. Either way, I don't care.
They're on the same switch.
I understand. What about Joy? Is she drinking?
Yes.
How's that working out for you?
Fine.
Being around her while she's drinking, is that
Yeah,
fine?
if she's trying
Well, we haven't been around each other since that. This has just been since Monday.
Okay, I understand.
We're going to climb on the wagon with you?
Do what, Bill?
Joy, she ought to be supporting her man.
She can quit easily. It's not a problem with her.
Yeah, well, so can you.
No, it is a problem with me, smart ass. Yeah.
Not to them.
Why?
You know.
What? I know what?
Not to the listeners.
Excuse me?
Those are mine.
He's an Igmo.
You go get. You don't know what color he was. How dare you? Why does everything go back to a racist thing? Is that a stupid black person, an Igmo? God, John, go back to drinking.
Only you turn that into a racial slur. Only you. You earn your cash.
All right. I want to hear JD admit it. They want to hear him admit what? He's already said he's an alcoholic. They're wasting their time. Get him off the phone. Stop putting stupid people through like that.
Have you thought about entering a 12-step program or doing something different? I mean, I've seen you try to quit on several occasions, and I'm not saying this to
It doesn't work. You're right.
And it hasn't worked, and I'm thinking maybe, doing the same thing over, expecting different results may not be the answer.
How about this? How about if we all go through 12-step together?
I don't put much credence in the 12-step deals.
Well, obviously, like what Everett said, your way isn't working. Yeah. Why not try something else? It certainly can't help. Of course, I don't know what the dropout rate for is AA either. I mean, it sounds like a lovely program, but if their success rate's only 8 or 12%, that's not very good.
Well, there are lots of people that have quit through 12-step programs that haven't been able to quit any other way. Nothing's 100%. And
how about if we lock you up in a room with straps and stuff and we listen to you scream in the middle of the night?
that would be fine. Let's do that. Let's start tonight.
That'd be great. Have a webcam.
Yeah. Watch JD go through the sweats at night.
DT webcam.
Oh, you can make a lot of money. We could even fake this. We could. Take a little room in your house.
Right.
Take all the furniture out just so it looks like a ward someplace. Okay. And strap you down to the bed and put a webcam on and charge people like $12 a night to watch you. We could clean that F up. We could. Let's set up the rehab cam.
Okay.
Have naked chicks come by every few hours and...
No, it's got to look real.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Just where they feel like they're actually watching a room in a ward someplace where you're strapped in and you're setting up and you're trying to unstrap yourself.
JD'd be perfect for that, too.
You're a sick human being.
Yeah, but look at the cash. How many people do you think would pay to watch you go through the sweats at night for at least a week? That's a Maserati.
Could be.
Can we do news or we got a break? Got a break? All right. Officer Mondo just called. Do you want him to bring you a bottle of Grey Goose?
No.
You sure?
Yes. Thank you.
How about some dope?
Yes. Have an officer of the law bring me some dope.
It's just a trunk away. You sure you don't want to go through the 12-step program? All of us.
I don't know anything about that. I mean, I've heard about it, and I've had friends that have started it and not completed it. You had a girlfriend that started it and whatever. She never went through it. I'm sure she was still on cocaine.
No, she stopped drinking.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm. But she died on coke.
That one, okay.
So, in essence, the 12-step program did work as far as drinking.
She did stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to read up more.
Why don't you pull it up on the website? Because we've talked about this before, all the different things you got to do. And let's see if it's something we can do. And if it's a part of the day or part of the evening, one of us feels like we're going to drink, we'll call each other.
And you'll tell me to shut the F up.
Because I'm drunk.
Yeah. There you go.
Pull it up on the web and we'll see. We'll be back.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show. Rocks, Texas.
All right. What's the test?
Oh, it's from the AA website. Actually, it's how many questions? I think it's 12 questions. And if you answer yes to 4 or more, but at the end it'll give you your actual score.
All right.
Yes.
Actually, hold on. Trey says he's got somebody from AA on.
Okay.
I did that. Line 9? All right. Hello?
Yeah, where's your car broke down at?
Never mind, give me the test. Good going, Trey.
Okay. Then I'll give you, all right, I'll give you the results at the end. Here we go. Number 1, you ever decided to stop drinking for a week or so, but only lasted for a couple of days? AAA, eh?
What's the question again?
Have you ever decided to stop drinking for a week or so, only lasted a couple days?
Yes.
Okay. Do you wish people would mind their own business about your drinking and stop telling you what to do?
No.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Somebody else on from AA. Hello?
Yes.
Who is this, Trey?
This is Jim. He's called the local AA chapter.
Okay. Hi, Jim.
Yes, hi.
All right, we got some questions about AA.
Okay.
All right. What question? Oh, the 12-step program.
Mm-hmm.
What's the success rate on that?
We don't keep statistics on things like that because of the anonymity aspect of the program, so it's really hard to say. I will say from my own personal experience that most people who are serious about getting sober and staying sober and are willing to take the 12 steps, the success rate would be very high. But there are a lot of people who just come into AA meetings and look around and think they have been to AA and leave again, and, maybe they come back someday.
Oh, so they just come in, they think they have a feel for it. I know everything that I need to know now, and I'm not coming back.
Something like that. It's kind of, I tell you, I compare it to learning how to swim by sitting on the pool deck and drinking a soda,
Or just standing there.
Learn to swim without jumping in the middle and doing it.
Standing there for a while and watching, and then all of a sudden think you can do your own radio show.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long does the 12-step program normally take, or does that vary from person to person?
Well, look, the program is, for me, I can only speak for myself. This is a commitment. It's a way of life. It's not something that I graduate from.
Well, I understand, but the 12-step program isn't something that goes on and on and on, does it? That's your initial step to conquering this. Or
I
at
mean,
least
the initial taking of the 12 steps can be done in anywhere from a couple of months to a year.
Really? It could take that long?
It can, with some people. It depends on the person.
John, do you have any questions for him? Where are these all at these meetings? Are they at churches? Are they at where do you hold them?
All over the place. Some meetings are at churches. Some meetings are at larger groups, which are in rent spaces. They're in like storefronts. We have about. I was just counting today. We have 110 groups that we serve all over the 6-county area that our particular little service organization takes care of.
Are they all the exact same?
Are they all exactly the same?
Right.
No, it's kind of. I tell you, my own little thing is kind of like ice cream. I mean, it's all cold and wet, and it tastes good, but there are a lot of different flavors.
So if I go to one of them and I say, this isn't for me, I should try another one.
Well, you can, but I tell you, when you're new, it's kind of good to just grab onto the nearest life raft, try to keep from drowning.
What are some telltale signs that that 12 steps would be a good idea?
Well, I tell you, there's a nice little test.
I think we're about to take it. Go ahead and ask some of the questions and tell us if it's the same one.
Let me pull it up, because it happens to be on our website, and I don't want to misquote anything.
I think I've got it.
Go ahead.
Hang on 1 second.
Read some of those, JD.
We're at number 1. You said, have you ever decided to stop drinking for a week or so, but it only lasted a couple of days?
Yes,
said, yes.
I've done that.
Do you wish people would mind their own business about your drinking and stop telling you what to do?
No, I couldn't care less.
Have you ever switched from one kind of drink to another and hoped that would keep you from getting drunk or drinking?
Is that like going from liquor to beer?
Yes.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay. I'll agree to that one, too. Have you ever had an eye-opener?
Oh, I'm glad you find folly in our alcoholism there, Bob.
Have you ever had an eye-opener upon awaking during the past year? In other words, a drink to get you started in the day or to stop the shakes?
Oh, no. That's too early.
Okay. Do you envy people who can drink without getting in trouble?
No.
Have you had problems connected with drinking during the past year?
Yes.
Has your drinking caused trouble at home? For me, that's yes, obviously.
If somebody was at my house, I would say, yeah, I probably would. Yes.
Do you ever try to get extra drinks at a party because you do not get enough?
You mean like
the bar's closing and you say go get a double, or you go get two, or you...
Oh, because you're going to be cut off?
Right.
If I got to think, I'd have to say yes then.
Okay. Number 9. Do you tell yourself you can stop drinking anytime you want to, even though you keep getting drunk when you don't mean to?
No, that's stupid.
Okay. Have you missed days of work or school because of drinking?
No.
Okay. Do you have blackouts?
They slipped me something. I'm not answering that one. In fact, I'll say no.
I'm clicking yes for you.
You don't click. Somebody slipped me something.
Have you ever felt that your life would be better if you did not drink? That's a tough one.
Wow. Better how?
That's a good question. Many of us started to...
I don't like that one.
Because drinking made life seem better, at least for a while. By the time we got into AA, we felt trapped. We were drinking to live and living to drink. We were sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, once again, this last one. Have you ever felt that your life would be better if you did not drink?
I don't count that one.
Okay.
I choose not to answer that one, Alex.
Okay. All right. Let's see what your score is.
Yes.
Your score, you said 8 yes and 4 no's. If you did answer yes to 4 or more, you probably are in trouble with alcohol.
And it was a trick.
Because thousands of people in the
I felt good that I said no to any of them. Well, there's my no.
You're
I'm free
off the hook.
Yeah, I'm free and clear. So 4 or more, and you have a concern.
And you're 8.
And I guess the fact that if you're just taking the test in general, there already is a concern.
Sure.
How long have you been alcohol-free?
Are you talking to me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little over 19 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ever any temptations?
No serious ones after the first, couple of months.
It seems like once you would get on a roll.
Yeah.
Well, it's like this. There are always those times when you smell a cold beer on a hot day and think, oh my goodness, and then you think, no, I don't do that anymore, and it just you go on about your business. So
I would have to stop, frequenting places that I'm used to. It's like this radio station.
We could have all the alcohol taken out of the studio if that'll help you.
Actually, I never have a problem up here because you always have Jack Daniels, and to be honest, I can't stand it.
Okay. Well, then, would you like us to start stocking the Grey Goose?
No.
Or stop talking about delicious vodka?
No.
And it is quite delicious.
No. No.
If I did drink, that would be what I would have.
Yes. See, I even Bob on the phone saying the same thing.
In my head, I had some Captain Morgan and rum from when I was the pirate,
right?
As well as some tequila. It's been in my house for months, and I haven't drank it because I don't like it.
Well, maybe it's simple. It's like when I stopped eating fatty foods, I just made sure that they were void. There was nothing in the house that I could get my hands on. And then after a while, it just becomes a lifestyle. I'm not sure if stopping drinking is that easy, but it's certainly worth a shot if you don't want to do the 12 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Is there the 12 steps on your website there someplace?
Oh, yeah.
I've got them right here.
As a matter of fact, if you look at the main page and see that little thing that says Steps and Traditions,
right,
it takes you right there.
Okay.
I have the 12 steps right here.
All right, we'll take a look at that. All right, well, thank you, sir, for the visit. We appreciate it.
That's fine.
You're very kind. Congratulations on 19 years.
Thank you very much.
All right. Making me thirsty. I'm not making light of it. It could be a seriously damning thing to continue to have in your life. All right, I think we've done
positive.
I think we've done this 12-step thing before. Run through it really quick.
Number 1, we admit we're powerless over. I'll cut them short. We admit we're powerless.
Yes.
Number 2, came to believe in a higher power.
Because of alcohol? I believe in a lot of stuff.
Came to believe. I'll read the whole thing. That a higher power of our understanding could restore us to sanity.
Okay, I'll go with that.
3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of that higher power.
Okay, good enough. That's fair.
Number 4, made a searching and fearless personal inventory of ourselves.
Okay, that's where you look at all your faults and everything and just decide that this is not the person that I want to be.
You actually write all of that out.
Yeah, well, I don't have time for that. Go ahead.
That's exactly it. Number 5, admitted to our higher power, to ourselves, and to other human beings the exact nature of our liabilities and or our assets.
Okay. So you go beyond, in front of all your friends and go, here are the things that...
Make this inventory and then you read it to everybody.
Got it.
Number 6, we're entirely ready to have our higher power remove all our liabilities.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Number 7, humbly ask our higher power to remove these liabilities and to help us get strength.
Come and get them.
Okay. Number 8, make a list of all the persons we've harmed and become willing to make amends.
This is really starting to be a pain.
This is about the point where people go,
Drinking sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Number 9, make direct amends to such people wherever possible.
All right, so you make the list and then you call them. I'm sorry this happened.
Right.
Da-da-da. All right, go ahead.
10, continue to make personal inventory and when wrong, promptly admitted it.
All right, so there's your maintenance program.
Mm-hmm. Number 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with our higher power.
Okay.
Number 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we've tried to carry this message to others.
All right, spread the word.
That's it. There you go.
I think it's a lot easier to lock you up in a room.
Probably is.
Certainly a lot more entertaining.
That's why they have, they used to have charter hospitals or whatever they have now.
You want to do that? A week and a couple of weekend follow-ups? Why don't you do that?
No.
You can do the news from there. We can hear the screams in the background.
Live from the
It's
Rolling
not
Hills.
an insane asylum. Yeah. It's a treatment program.
But you could broadcast from there.
We'd come visit you. It'd be really cool.
In the background during the news, you just always hear.
It's not a nut house.
Read through a news story really quick. Just pick anyone up.
All right, here we go.
Doesn't matter. Top page. Just start reading.
Texas state lawmakers don't want cameras watching for drivers who run red lights, but one North Texas city says it will be using them anyway. You're sick.
You want to do it?
No.
I'll pay for it.
No.
Go to Charter Hospital.
They're not even charter hospitals around anymore.
What do they have?
I don't know what they're called now.
We can lock you up in a Luby's.
No.
You know, alcohol there.
That's true. Should be.
All right. Let me see what he's got lined up on the phone. Works if you want to. Okay. Line 10 says it works if you want it to. The 12-step program.
Oh, of course. Just stop drinking works if you just do it.
Line 7 says you only live once. Drink like a pig.
I'd take line 7. And a bottle of Grey Goose.
Do we need a break? All right. We'll take this and then we'll start news. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I just, only problem I have with the 12-step program is it usually requires you to believe in God. Or I guess it's putting it as higher power, as being more politically correct about it.
Well, I think a lot of times people often use the group as their higher power, people that have a problem with turning.
So they substitute that. If they don't believe in God, then they would substitute the group.
Right. And I mean, it's essentially a metaphor anyway, because what you're doing is leaning on the support that comes from people that are
well, but it also says something in there about, doesn't it say praying to a higher power?
Yes.
Okay. So that's all God references.
It is, but that's how people get around the whole God problem, because a lot of people do have a problem.
So if you don't believe in God, then you just make the group the higher power.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, the other question I would have is I know people who've gotten drunk driving, and one part of their sentence was to attend AA. And they're like, well, isn't there some separation of church and state issue that could come up from that?
Well, no, because AA is a non-denominational group. It's not affiliated. In fact, if you read their bylaws, they're not affiliated with any sort of political or religious organization.
All right, so we're going to go through the 12 steps. Thanks, Robert. You want to do it?
I can if you want to.
If that'll help you as my friend and my lifelong companion.
Yes. Sounds very gay.
I certainly don't mind doing it.
You could go to Al-Anon meetings. That's the group for people that are friends of alcoholics.
He'd show up drunk.
Well, he's not the one with the problem.
Oh, I see. Not yet.
Al-Anon meeting. Hello! Come on, we'll do the 12 steps.
Okay.
We'll stop drinking today. Today will be the last day.
Okay. For you.
Oh. All right.
You're going to quit forever. This is about quitting forever.
I'm not quitting forever. Just an exercise to see how long I can go.
Well, part of the 12 steps involves quitting a day at a time.
Yes. One day at a time. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so we're starting the 12-step program?
Today.
Not today. I just decided today.
Tomorrow, here we go. Here comes the negotiation.
You at least got to give me some time to get used to the idea.
We start next Monday.
No, we'll start tomorrow.
Okay. That's a good day to start.
Telemarketer on the phone? What are they selling? Oh, I can't put her on the air without that. I'll just pick it up then. I'll just say you're on there. Good.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. My name is Edna with the Dallas Morning newspaper.
Hi, Edna.
How you doing, sir?
I'm quite lovely, and you?
I'm just blessed, sir.
Yes.
We're doing a special, sir, 7 days a week. The Dallas Morning News for 50 cents a day is just $3.50 a week. And that's including a big Sunday.
Mm.
And if you don't like it, you can stop anytime you get ready.
I'm going to do the arms thing. Okay. I've done that one time.
And coupon just for giving us a chance.
Well, I'd like to, I don't know how this works out, but I don't have any arms.
You don't?
No, ma'am.
Well, can't nobody read for you?
Well, they could, but nobody's ever around, and I obviously can't pick up the paper and read it because I have no arms.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Well, you have a blessed day.
Well, that's very sweet of you. God bless you.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Real newspaper sent somebody over. The chick from 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
What would you like, the weekend section? Bitch, I ain't got no arms. You think they pop in on Saturdays and Sundays? I miss Edna.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow.
I'm fine with it.
All right, tomorrow, Trey, I want this entire building void of alcohol. Your office, in here, everything. If you want it, take it home. Got it?
Well, Trey can't drink if you're going to quit.
Trey can do whatever he wants. I ain't his daddy. What? Say it. We got a break pending. What?
You're not his daddy?
No, I'm not his daddy.
Okay.
Because I'm his daddy. He'd have coat hanger scars all over his skull.
Estaremos de nuevo a la demostración en 1053 vivo. La charla de Russ Martin que oscila Texas.
All right. 405 Everett Newton is here. Eddie Boyd, J.D. Ryan, Dan O'Malley, Trey Trenholm, Gail Lightfoot. You ready to go for the news?
Yep.
All right. You got audio? Yeah. Tomorrow we start?
Yeah, sure.
I'm serious. Every day will be like an AA meeting.
We could do that.
We come in, we share how the night was. What do they do at these meetings? Anybody know? I guess I should ask Jim on the phone.
I've heard that you get up, you say your name, you say I'm an alcoholic, and I don't know.
What?
I don't know. What else?
Dave, Wine and Roses. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Jack Lemmon? That's a perfect movie to see if you want to see what AA meetings are like.
All right. Why don't you rent that tonight?
Days of Wine and Roses.
Day of Wine and Roses.
Okay.
Jack Lemmon.
I just noticed something else. I don't have the book report from Trey today.
Oh.
Book report?
Men's Health sent me their book, The Testosterone Advantage Plan.
Okay.
The diet thing. And I told Trey, I gave him the book because I'm not going to read it.
Sure.
I said, do this, and every day I want a book report on one chapter.
Okay.
I got nothing for today. Yesterday, I got an F on the one.
Really?
Yeah, because he pulled clips out of the book and just typed it.
It's pretty lame.
You got an F?
Yeah. It's an F.
Why is it I always got to follow up on stuff? Why is it I can't just say do this and I know it's done until I say stop doing it?
I don't know.
Well, it's not here. All I can give him is an F. I can't grade. That's a 0.
That's a 0.
I can't grade something that's not here.
Yeah.
That's a low F.
You'll have to do extra credit to make up for that because you're gonna take an average.
Yeah. Maybe he's got a low IQ because of his inverted nipples.
I don't think so.
I know I'm going to regret asking this. Inverted nipples?
Mm-hmm.
How did you determine that they were inverted?
What else could they be? Look at him.
Well, got a point.
Thank you.
Oh, he says in an instant message that you said he had 22 weeks, which would mean one report a week.
I told him off the air, and he better get his ass in here with a report right now. I want one page every single day. You cop an attitude with me, and you could go climb in Goldberg's station wagon. You can climb in the back of his El Camino and ship your ass out of town. Do you get me that book report in here in the next 20 minutes?
Oh.
He's writing.
Thank you.
408. J.D. Ryan's on Live 105.3.
Thank you, Russ. Sponsored by KTXA TV, SBC Communications, and the good folks at Texas Harley Davidson, along in conjunction with D&M Auto Leasing. They have a pre-owned Harley blowout. Big party coming up this Saturday. Look for the big hot air balloon. I'll be there from... I didn't just say that. I'll be there from noon until 2. Highway 183 at Central in Bedford.
What did you just not say? I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about Goldberg and his El Camino.
Let it go.
What did you just say?
Wednesday, May 7th, 2003.
Tell him, JD.
It's a big party at Texas Harley Davidson.
Right.
183 at Central in Bedford.
Okay.
I said, look for the big hot air balloon. I'll be there from noon until 2.
All right, go ahead.
That wasn't supposed to be on. Wednesday, May 7th, 2003. Tracy Lord is 35 today. Johnny Unitas would have been 70. Let's see on this date. Eddie Rabbitt, country star.
Oh, he's dead.
He died of lung cancer at 53. And in 1945 on this day, the World War II ended when Germany signed an unconditional surrender at General Dwight D. Eisenhower's headquarters in, of all places. Do you know where it was?
I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
France. Never mind.
I just remember I was reliving the day.
When we surrendered in France?
We didn't surrender.
I mean, when they surrendered. Germany signed an unconditional surrender. I realize that.
You remember history? Remember we surrendered to the Germans?
General Dwight D. Eisenhower's headquarters.
And then France took over?
Jawohl, we started speaking German.
It was Eisenhower's headquarters in France.
Well, we surrendered to the French, right?
No. Just let it go. Questioning the motives of a desk-bound president who assumes the garb of a warrior, Democratic Senator Robert Byrd said he reproached, basically, President Bush for flying onto an aircraft carrier last week to declare an end to major fighting in Iraq. I am loath to think of an aircraft carrier being used as an advertising backdrop for a presidential political slogan. And yet, that is what I saw, the 85-year-old senator said. He is the Senate's most senior member, by the way. White House Press Secretary Ari Fleischer said Byrd's criticisms are a disservice to the men and women of our military who deserve to be thanked in person. First detailed study of the spread of SARS virus in Hong Kong has
Tell me more stories about history, JD.
No.
Go ahead.
No. That's all I had. Yeah, I took my own story.
Tell me about the time that we dropped the nuclear atomic bomb on Chihuahua, Mexico. Tell us about that.
That's in the next newscast.
All right.
First detailed study of the spread of SARS virus in Hong Kong has discovered that the death rate among sufferers was much higher than previously estimated. The World Health Organization initially said the virus was killing about 5%. New study says 20% of the people admitted to the hospital died. Scientists fear that the fact that the death rate from SARS appears to be higher than first thought may be a sign that the virus is mutating into more deadly forms. To protest a controversial sign in the county records building, 2 men vandalized the plaque yesterday and attempted to pry it off the wall. Surrounded by television cameras, Reverend Charles Stovall and Lee Alcorn scribbled on the sign with black magic marker and used screwdrivers to
You can't write on public property like that.
Well, you can't pry it off the wall either with screwdrivers.
Is that what they did?
Yes. Tried to pry it off the wall.
Which sign was this?
It's the whites only sign above the public water fountain city.
I thought they came to some kind of conclusion on this.
They recently voted to uncover the faded whites only etching on the same wall and post a plaque next to explaining what it is.
Well, that's perfect.
It's a great idea.
It's part of history. And plus, if we ever need the sign again, it's still up.
There's a black judge here locally that actually proposed that.
Thank you, Everett, for continuing.
Trying to gloss that over,
Thank
yeah.
you.
No, but my point is, there was a black judge. Never mind.
However, officials decided to display the etching for educational purposes and add a plaque to explain the historical significance.
How dare you gloss over a punchline?
Texas lawmakers don't want cameras watching drivers run red lights, but one North Texas city says it'll be using them anyway. Garland.
Oh, no.
Like almost every city in North Texas.
Oh, no. They're going to come to my house?
Yes. Has a home rule charter. City leaders say the home rule charter allows them to create their own laws, including a red light ordinance. The city is expected to be taking pictures and mailing citations by the end of the summer. And they're coming to your house.
Oh, no.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Come on, please. You either get that one or you don't. Don't write that down for the promo for today.
Trying to do that for my own use. Wasn't hard for the police to spot this would-be robber. For Darby police say a man in a Tigger costume entered a A-plus Sunoco, on West Chester Pike at St. Lawrence Road yesterday and threw 2 coupons and a flashlight onto the counter. One of the coupons had instructions written on it telling the clerk to hand over $25,000, please, and stating I have a bomb.
Oh, so this guy was holding up a place dressed up like a Tigger?
Tigger, yes.
Oh. Well, they all are. Don't they? Well, that's stupid.
Stop it.
That's a stupid story.
The clerk ignored the robber, who eventually turned tail and left. Other people reported seeing the Tigger strolling the neighborhood, and police later arrested a man known as Alan Hansel.
There's so many different ways to go with that.
Letting it go is the best.
Prison system.
Mm-mm.
Never mind.
Okay. Remember the days of personal responsibility when if you hurt yourself during a riot, you blamed yourself blamed yourself for rioting? Those days long gone. See, back in April of 2001, a bunch of kids at the University of Arizona caused mayhem in the streets because their basketball team lost the national championship game. One of those students involved in tipping cars and setting things on fire was one 19-year-old Jeffrey Knepper. Jeffrey hung out in the middle of the rioting after the cops dispersed most of the crowd. He was there, got shot in the face with a beanbag and permanently blinded in one eye. He sued, and this week the jury came to a verdict. Are you ready? The ruling was that the blinding was 49% Jeffrey's fault and 51% the fault of the police. He gets $765,000.
For what?
He got shot.
Because he was rioting, and they shot him with a non-lethal beanbag?
Without his eye. He was 49% at fault. They were 51%.
I don't know.
Some states apportion fault.
I understand, but he's rioting, and the police are there to control the situation. How could you hold him responsible, especially when they're using non-lethal methods to stop him?
Well, my guess, without knowing anything more about the case than we do, is that the jury came to the conclusion that the force was not justified by the plaintiff's conduct. So
they're rioting and they're using beanbags.
Well, I know that, but we don't know exactly what his role in the riot was.
He was in a riot. The cops tell you to disperse. You get the hell out of there. Otherwise, you're prone to get hit in the face with a beanbag.
I'm not saying I agree with the ruling because I don't. I agree. If you're in a riot, you kind of assume the risk as to what happens, but I suspect legally that's what occurred.
That's retarded. Yeah, they have video of him in the middle of the rioting, after the cops told him to leave, staying there, and even after he got hit, obviously, staying there. So he didn't disperse or try to disperse or was on his way out when he got hit. He was standing there in the middle of it the whole time. They have video of it.
I would imagine that his lawyer argued, well, there were probably less intrusive means that could have been utilized, for example, arrest, and something short of blinding him could have occurred that would have resulted in his no longer being part of this riot.
That's the problem with riots, is they'll go out and they know that they have rights and they can throw stuff at the cops and they can do it without, really worrying about any danger back to themselves. And then when it happens, they get pissed off and they want to sue.
Sure. No, it's absurd. It's an absurd result. No question about it.
And he got how much?
$765,000.
Poke his eye out?
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's probably worth it then.
David Williams' gambling addiction cost him his life savings. Almost all of it dumped into slot machines at the casino Al-Azhar in Indiana. Williams decided to take action. He sued the casino. The first judge to hear the case sided with the casino, but Williams has appealed the decision. His claims is among the growing number of lawsuits that aim to hold the gaming industry responsible for their behavior toward gamblers. The industry says it tries to spot compulsive gamblers and has been very proactive to help that 1% who just can't help themselves.
That's like alcoholics suing Centennial.
Yeah.
Because you're open, I can go in there and get the stuff that I'm addicted to. Same with casinos. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you can thank the cigarette, Philip Morris litigation for this type of stuff because it's the same principle. These people suing the cigarette manufacturers for lung cancer.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say blame Philip Morris.
Well, no.
You were talking about the case.
Right.
Yeah. The lawyer said basically casinos cannot come into this state and just take advantage of a bunch of sick people.
Yes, they can.
And they do.
There are plenty of things that are addictive. Just don't go there. You're an alcoholic. You don't hang out at the Centennial waiting for them to open, which is way too late at 10 o'clock.
How'd you even know that?
I don't know. It could be 8, 9. Who knows?
Okay. Speaking of casinos, guests at the newest hotel casino in Atlantic City who feel the need for a little spiritual guidance won't find it in the bedside Bible. In fact, the billion-dollar Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa has bagged the tradition of placing a copy of the Bible in nightstands, even the free ones the Gideons offer. The move by this casino, which will be the only Atlantic City casino not to keep copies of the Bibles in the room, has obviously caused a stir.
So let me guess, they're throwing gambling out as a disease too, or an illness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And it just dawned on me why they do that. And I could be way behind the curve on this, but the reason they do that, I'm an alcoholic, I have an illness, I have a gambling illness. By throwing illness or disease on there, that allows you to go and litigate. Mm-hmm. These places are here, I'm sick, and they're letting me in. Instead of just saying, I'm weak and I can't stop my gambling, I have now turned it into a handicap, and that allows me to go back and sue them. You need to make adjustments for people because I am handicapped, just like you got to put in ramps for people with no legs and all the other crap. That's exactly why they're doing it.
I think that came after the fact because it's the AMA, the American
let me be a genius.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
There is some validity to that.
Well, I think what happened is that the American Medical Association characterized it as a disease. Whether it is or not, people can argue that. But once that occurred, then yes, lawyers took the ball and ran with it at that point.
So wait a minute. The AMA says gambling is or alcoholism?
Alcoholism, and I think they describe gambling, any sort of repetitive, compulsive disorder, I think is grouped similarly.
So masturbation?
Well, I think it would probably have to be detrimental, which I don't know that masturbation necessarily is unless it detracts from your daily activities.
Well, it does. I'm sure there's, time during the day I could be getting other stuff done when I'm pounding it.
Well, there are also all sorts of 12-step programs aside from...
I ain't taking one for that. I get to the first 3 steps and get a boner.
They have...
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, the lawsuit claims the casino should have done more to keep him out.
What? Well, you're going to have to run through everybody through some kind of screening process before they come in through the door?
There are actually some casinos do keep compulsive gamblers on file and watch for them. That does happen. This guy just didn't have to be on the list when he dropped over 7 days. He dropped $40,000. Totally, he dropped $175,000 and filed for bankruptcy.
All right. I can't wait to hear what the next thing is that people do that's an illness or a disease that they have no control over. It's not me. It's not my fault. I'm not making these decisions. All right, well, then who is? The casino come drag you out of your house, drag you in front of a slot machine and set you there and take money out of your pocket and cram it into the machine? If they're really doing that and they got a gun up next to your head, you're right. I'd sue the casinos.
Well, let's play the other side of it, though. I mean, I've heard of...
Hold on a second. Do we have to break? Make it quick, everybody.
Well... I know of a woman who would wear Depends to the casino so that she could play the slot machines and go to the bathroom without actually having to get up.
It's a great idea.
Well,
because once you get a machine warmed up, you don't want to get up and walk away from it.
My point is, I don't think that that's necessarily the product of logical thought process.
That's genius. You don't want to get up and walk away from a slot machine you've been feeding for the past hour and a half. You don't.
Even if it means going to the bathroom on yourself.
They have those special pants. In fact, we're thinking about getting some for Gary. What do they call it? Good nighties or
good nights?
Good night undies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's a great idea. That's not behavior of somebody that's addicted to something. That's just thinking way ahead. That's planning ahead.
I know what to get you for Christmas.
There's news and information brought to us.
Great idea. Never to have to get up away from the bar.
Yes.
Sit there and drink, and then you twiddle on yourself, and you keep going.
Gross. Not to a spike. Sadly enough, at this particular moment, Coyote Ugly. Fox is doing an open casting call for their next reality TV show, and I'll see you out there tomorrow night. I'll be there from 8 until 10. The casting call goes on all evening. That's at 2813 Commerce in Deep Ellum. I'm J.D. Ryan on Live 105.3, The Talk That Rocks, Texas.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
Is it high school or is it collegiate cheerleaders?
Well, the deal Saturday is for high school, junior high cheerleading squads.
Yeah.
But these people, the coaches, I think they're called managers.
For Cheermania?
For Cheermania. Two of them, one was a former Buffalo Bills cheerleader.
Yeah.
The other one is like a dance instructor, and then there's a black guy with him too that I think he's a cheerleading coach or something.
And they want to come up?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want them. If there was a bunch of college cheerleaders. They have college cheerleaders, don't they?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
But this is a high school only.
No, it's open to any cheering squad, whether it be college, high school, junior high. The deal Saturday.
Yeah.
They set up like...
Let me see what this says. Cheerleading enthusiasts in the Mesquite area will have a good reason to cheer on Saturday, May 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Cheermania Tour, co-sponsored by Hanes Sport. Three skilled professionals with NFL. That's the people who want to come up, right?
Right.
Will take place at the Walmart store at 200 U.S. Highway 80 East.
Mm-hmm.
Tour visitors. Doesn't say anything about the ages.
That's why I talked to the woman.
Oh.
She said they try to open it up to any cheering squad, no matter what age.
Nah, I don't want them.
Okay.
Unless we get a bunch of college cheerleaders up here doing cheers, I don't want them. Thank them, though.
Okay.
Do you have the book report ready?
Yes.
How did you enjoy Chapter 2?
I think my report will tell you how much I enjoyed it.
Okay. I'll read it right after traffic.
Okay.
Hi, Gail.
Hi there.
What do we have for traffic?
I got a big mess on I-30. And this Look at It brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation and Bikes and More. And your Dallas-Fort Worth area Toyota dealers. Get your Toyota in shape for summer at your Toyota dealer with a complimentary bumper-to-bumper 19-point inspection. See your participating Toyota dealer or mailer for details and specials. Okay, here's the deal. Eastbound I-30 East Sorrel Thornton at Ferguson. This is the heavy side of travel. There's an overturned car. Now, there was also a refrigerator in the left lane. Go figure. Traffic was backed up all the way through the canyon to the Mixmaster and beyond. It's got southbound Central stacked up from around Fitzhugh. Now, in North Dallas, on eastbound 635 at Montford, a little blue pickup broke down in the right center lane. Backed up traffic to around Midway. A policeman came and pushed him over to the right shoulder, so that's pretty much out of your way now. This is also brought to you by KTXA and the Texas Lottery. People all over are playing and winning Lotto Texas every Wednesday and Saturday, so how about you? Somebody's buying a winning ticket right now, and the jackpot is $9 million. Pick your numbers today. I'm Gail Lightfoot on Live 105.3, the Talk That Rocks, Texas.
Thank you, Gail. Going to be a little warm tonight, 73 for the overnight low. Basically a chance of storms every evening all the way through the weekend, mostly on Saturday. It should be 90 tomorrow. It is 88 degrees currently. Live 105.3, the Talk That Rocks, Texas.
All right. Do we want to set a deadline for your, are you looking to stop drinking forever or just give it a few months?
Again, as Everett said, I will take it one day at a time.
Okay.
My goal would be eventually to stop forever. I have...
Without even drinking on the weekends?
There are no potential benefits whatsoever. None.
To relax? What about the health benefits from wine? You enjoy wine.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to drink a whole box.
Therein lies the problem.
What?
Box. Therein lies the problem. You're right. A glass of wine would be nice occasionally. A glass of champagne at New Year's Eve would be nice occasionally.
Can you not do that?
I don't know. If I get to the point where I don't drink anymore, I think the answer is you don't do any.
Well, but if you only had one.
That's exactly how it starts.
Well, but the one thing is not going to impair your judgment. You have one to celebrate the event, and since you get no buzz or anything out of it, you stop. It's not like you had, say you put yourself at a 3 limit. Well, obviously at 3 drinks, your judgment starts to become impaired. Mm-hmm. And at that point, you go to 4 or 5. No. 1 drink isn't going to impair anything.
That's true. I don't know. I think, from what I've heard,
I understand that you're supposed to stop. You go cold turkey all the way if you decide that you're an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. We could probably get you some dope.
I don't want dope.
Well, why are you asking everybody in the building?
I didn't. I said
first thing you did was go over to Wild 100.
There's nothing worse than a wishy-washy dope fiend. I mean,
first is that what you want? I don't think it's a good idea to substitute one habit for another, but you do what you want.
I said it in a moment of aggravation.
All right. So we're starting tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I started Monday. You're joining tomorrow. But we'll start the 12-step.
Whatever that is. I can't think of any that really apply to where you need to,
Yeah.
It's not like we were in a relationship. It's like the chick that I dated that went through the 12-step. And I hear from her like 8 months later, go, hey, I did this. I'm going through 12 steps. I'm at the one right now where I'm supposed to call and apologize, and here's what happened. I can't think of anybody I would want to apologize to.
No.
Everything I do to you, I do sober.
I know. And on purpose.
Would you eat again? Eddie and me like to watch you eat.
Would you shut up? I'm still in a really bad mood.
I don't care. Eat some more.
I'll hit you again.
We want it. Oh, what is it? Oh, that's right. It's been 14 years. It's your 14-year whack.
Leave me alone with my eating.
Eddie and I like to watch you eat.
And everything else. Leave me alone with it.
When you were eating a while ago, Eddie and I laid on the floor and looked up at you and watched you eat.
I know.
It's like being at the state fair watching Big Tex.
No. No.
All right.
We have 3 minutes to eat. Just because you don't eat during the show, we can't make fun of you.
I don't eat like you do.
How do I eat other than fast?
It's just very ravenous.
Because I got 3 minutes to eat a meal.
Why do you have to eat it in 3 minutes? That's not good for your digestion.
Well,
whatever benefits you think you're getting, whatever benefits you think you're getting out of it as far as the diet, you what's the word?
Well, you offset.
Yes, that's the word. You offset by eating it too fast.
A small meal.
You're still eating it fast. You don't even chew it enough.
If I eat fast,
yeah, you're like a baby
it's
duckling.
not like I eat more.
Yeah.
But
you're eating fast.
Portion. So?
You're not chewing it, and you're doing more damage to your system by not chewing the food. Now your stomach has to work harder because your head tilts open and you dump it in. Vavoom. Quit it. Chapter 2.
Yes.
I feel like I'm doing a Paul Harvey thing. All right, Trey's got his book report done. This is Chapter 2 from the book, The Testosterone Advantage Plan, which personally, by me flipping through it, I think it's a crock. Because it's too hard it's just too much stuff to do. Like I said yesterday, if it's a pain in the ass, nobody's going to do it.
If you followed it, it works, but you're right, it's too complicated.
All right, Chapter 2 starts off with a stupid title and continues to expound upon things that everyone should already know. See, this is a type of book report that I want.
Perfect.
Being fat increases your chances for high blood pressure, heart attack, heart disease, stroke, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and even asthma. Combination of aging and being overweight also increases your chances of osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, gout, and even gallbladder diseases. And guess what? It also increases your chances for a premature death. Next, there is a thrilling before and after on a guy named Ed. Ed has gone from 187 to 172. He is 5'10". Before the plan, Ed could do 8 chin-ups. Now, he can do 11. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's what he wrote. He says his performance at work is even better and he has more energy. He claims that before the diet, he lifted weights for every day for an hour and a half and kept himself to a 1,000 calorie a day diet. BS. Ed likes sunrises and hates mean people. Is that me?
I don't know.
All right, give me the pen. Thank you. Ambiguous.
Wow is a sentence fragment, too. Get rid of that.
Yeah. Sentence frag. Misspelled osteoporosis. And by the way, Trey, with numbers, we spell them out. We don't actually use the numerical symbol. So, all right. So in the future, I want 510 written out. Next, they tell you how much better your life is going to be on the diet. You're going to have more energy, be smarter, sleep better, get more money and sex. In a shocking revelation, they claim that good-looking people often get better jobs and get laid more. Next, it talks about the fact that shorter aerobic exercise sessions scattered throughout the day and week do as much good as fewer but longer aerobic sessions. I'd go with that. 10 to 15 minutes is a short session. They also talk about the fact that weightlifting will burn as much fat, if not more, than aerobic exercise. I go with that, too. Know what your trainer said over at 24 Hour?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's no big deal there. But you get to the shopping list that they want you to go through. No guy's going to do that. And it's mostly guys that are going to, well, that's diets is for guys, yeah. No guy's going to go do that. I don't. That's why I buy the same crap over and over. Then on the weekends, I go to a restaurant and I get whatever. But I still watch what I eat, even at a restaurant. Why are you Yes, Nathan?
Yes, I have a question for JD.
All right.
JD, I understand what you're going through. What was the one thing that you did that made you want to decide to stop drinking?
I get tired of feeling bad every day. Just feeling lousy, feeling like I didn't sleep. My eyes feel heavy. I just feel crappy.
But it seems like you're able to function well at your job.
I didn't do it. I didn't used to feel that way, though. It just occurred to me Monday, after going to Shreveport and drinking, Monday I just felt like crap. So I don't want to feel like crap.
But did you have a good time Saturday and Sunday?
It was okay. It was fine.
But did you have fun drinking?
I had fun playing at the casino.
And were you drinking?
Yes.
And having a good time?
I'm not sure that the drinking added to it.
Oh.
Except it added to my feeling Monday, which was...
Well, but that was 2 days that you had a good time and one day that you didn't feel that good.
But if I continued to drink every day, I feel
if you
bad.
were gambling, you would consider being ahead on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've had fun today at work, and I'm not drinking.
You haven't had fun. You've been an ass. You said ugly things to me.
You say ugly things to me every day. All day, every day.
I don't do it being hateful.
You certainly do.
And I certainly don't do it because my life is in a shambles and I'm taking it out on you.
My life is not in a shambles.
Well, besides, that's consistent with Russ's personality type. It's not with yours.
Oh, I see. So I can't be an ass.
No. What's the matter with you? Be like Eddie coming in one day and bringing flowers for everybody. Yeah. The only thing with that is we'd know there was a hole for someplace.
Are these for us to hold?
Yeah.
At a certain time? Are we going to have to put them in a hole?
All right, this one's for you, Everett.
Okay.
Go ahead, Roger.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Hey.
Roger, you got 3 seconds. Get to
man,
it.
I need to talk to Everett about a little legal matter.
Go.
Yeah, hey, man, my car got broke in today at my job, and I'm wondering if my company is liable for that at all. It's on a kind of a private parking lot. It's fenced in, but the gate ain't locked. What do you think?
Maybe so, maybe not. I don't really do much civil work. If you email me, I can send you in the right direction for somebody that could better answer that question for you.
Why would you think they would be responsible?
I don't know. That's just what people have been, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What, has anybody else had their car broken into?
Oh, yeah, man.
A known security issue that the company has failed to cure?
No, we don't have any cameras or nothing like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it sounds like a lot
Obviously
of people
they're worried about something. They got a fence.
Right. But a lot of people are getting broken into, and are they taking any sort of remedial measures to try and solve the problem?
That's twice.
Sorry, bud.
That's all right.
But no, I don't know. I don't want to start no crap in my company unless I had a leg to stand on. But
in the real world, even if you have a case, do you really want to go after the company that provides you with your livelihood over a stolen car steering?
Really, all he's going to get back is his deductible. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Deductible nothing. Don't even have insurance.
It's always good when you hit the punchline.
Yeah. Same thing around here. We should have security guards all over the place. Yep. But we don't. We got a front door system that if you yank on the door hard enough, it
Don't tell people this.
I don't care.
Okay.
By me telling people this, maybe somebody up front will do it. We'll get it fixed. You can walk into that front door, and if you yank on it hard enough, it'll come open. This side door over here that leads straight into the studios, you yank on that, it'll come open. This door over here on the far right, right out there in the middle of everything. Yank on that one, open. There's no security in this building.
They do have cameras.
Wow.
Well, and now management is on notice.
As far as what?
Well, as far as the security issues. I mean, you've put it out there on the air, so clearly they have noticed that now if anything happens.
I was getting death threats up until like 3 or 4 months ago. People leaving stuff in this building, and those boxes that were coming with body parts and animal things, those could have been bombs or explosives or anything else, any type of weapon of small destruction.
Yes.
Wee destruction. Who knows what could have been in those, and they're leaving them all over the building.
Getting through every one of them.
And this is not the greatest part of town to have lax security.
No.
It's not like we're in North Dallas.
Mm.
It's not like we're in Plano or Highland Park.
No.
Or we're here in an industrial area where the monsters run rampant.
No.
Of course, if you need a tan, the right part of town. All the tanning salons.
Oh, all right. Oh. I got it. Go get him, Everett. First time I've seen Eddie walk up and go slap the mic across the room. Yes, what is it? What are these?
Night numbers.
Oh, these are Goldberg's night numbers?
Yes.
Really?
I've highlighted.
Because I got a few, I got 2 or 3 emails last night. Mm-hmm. Due to, I got 1. I got 2, and Chris at BurtBiz got 1.
Okay.
Guy goes, I want you to pull my service because, you advertise on 105.3, and they pulled Goldberg's show. So Chris goes, he checks the records. He goes, dude, I'm not hosting a website for you.
Perfect. You just can't write them that good. God, a monkey.
All right, let's see here. These are the night numbers. All right. 100,000 watt FM station.
Correct.
Following one of the biggest shows in Dallas-Fort Worth radio history.
Absolutely.
Am I being egotistical by saying that?
No.
Yes, I am.
Well, it's true. It's honest.
So, say like if we had a 10.1 share in men, 1834, probably should hang on to just being fair. There's always going to be, a little drop off. We'll say hang on to half.
Yeah, that'd be fair.
Or if we're number 1 in persons, 2554, hang on to half of that.
That would be a very good performance.
Yes. Show that would be around for many, many years. Mm-hmm. So let's see who's number 1 at night. And 2554 adults. KKDA. Well, probably number 2 then.
Yes, no doubt.
No, that would be KVIL. KLNO is number 3. The Oasis is number 4. KLIF. KLIF? I get to be number 5.
No idea. That doesn't sound right.
Song person, rank. That's what it says. Make sure I'm reading this right. Winter, 2003, descending order. All right, here we go. Number 6 is KSOC. The hell is that?
No idea.
KSOC?
I've never heard of it.
All right, number 7 is KBFB. I don't know what that is. KLTY is number 8. Number 9 is The Woof. Number 10 is KISS 106. Number 11 is K-Love. I'm still looking.
I see.
Number 15 is KZPS. Number 16 is The Bone. Number 17 is The Mix. Number 18 is WBAP. Number 19 is The Ticket. 25 is The Edge. Well, it has to be on here somewhere.
Yes, it does.
Number 26 is KZMP. I don't know what that is. 27 is KESN. Number 28 is WRR. Is that still on the air?
Yes. At 101.
29 is KHCK, Tejano. Number 30 is KRLD. 31 is KESS. Number 32 is KAHZ. Number 33, there it is, is KLLI. So he's ranked 33, adults 25-54. One reason I'm pointing this out is because the email that I got said, dude, just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that you get them fired. You jackass. If you really think that somebody had great big ratings that I could get them fired just because I didn't like them, moderate ratings maybe, but great big ratings, there's not a chance. Pull your head out of your ass. Men 18 plus. Monster numbers with us in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
Right? You want me to do the build-up or just go straight to the punchline?
Let's do the build-up. I'd like to see who's...
Number 1 is KKDA.
Okay.
Number 6 is KVIL. Number 11 is The Eagle. Number 17 is K-Love. Number 21 is KLTY. 25 is KESN. 26 is KMEO. 27 is The Mix. 28 is KDXX. 29 is KRNB. Number 30 is KTFW. 31 is KRVA. And sneaking in at number 32.
Yes?
Is the King Goldberg Show.
I see.
What is this? Person's 1834. You know what? None of it changes.
Mm-hmm.
He's consistent, though. 32nd place in that as well.
Out of what? How many signals?
According to this, 48. I didn't realize that there were that many signals in North Texas.
That's taken into consideration. Low power, ones that your radio won't even stop on.
Yeah, you're getting, some of these you're getting beat by daytime only stations.
Yeah.
Stations that go off the air at dark.
Right.
So, for the 99.5% of the people who have no idea who I'm talking about, just kind of forget the last few minutes. The last 3 of you, shut up. Thank you. We have to break? All right. Plus, I figured that would help Bob with the phone calls because 30, 40 people are going to call. They go, I'm never listening to your station again. We don't care. Just like when the station went from country to talk. Nobody cared. You don't make changes if you're successful. Why is that so hard to see?
Only because in I don't know how much of that you want on the air. Goldberg made it sound like it was a personal vendetta. And it just wasn't. He made it, the few little comments he said on the air made it sound like it was a personal vendetta.
It's not a personal vendetta. His show sucked. And that's just not my opinion. It's obviously the opinion of everybody that was surveyed in these ratings. Stop, you know what? Stop being a victim. It's your own fault. You sucked. You weren't ready for this. You don't come into a major market never doing talk before and think you're just going to pull it off just like that. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. It has never happened. Any idiot that comes in and thinks that it will is exactly that, an idiot. God bless him. He's a sweet guy and he's a big fan of the show, but the Mish guy, he blamed it on everybody else but himself. He didn't have the experience to do what needed to be done. You just don't. And I liked him, but I can't change that. Mm-mm. Yes, Brandon?
Yeah, I need some advice from you, Russ.
Is this life-threatening?
No.
Could it hold through the break?
Well, sure.
All right. Give us a little taste of what the problem is.
Well, I just need some advice from you about what you would do if you had dated a girl that had pretty much done everything sexually.
Okay. All right. All right, fine. That'll give me something to think about during the break.
Okay, well, don't touch it too much then.
Oh, well.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
What are we doing this last? Did we just finish?
Just had an hour. No, actually, no. It was longer than that because we talked about alcoholism and the whole thing until after 4.
Is that right? All right. Oh, I didn't tell you about the shower curtain last night.
No.
It's a bathroom I never go upstairs to.
I know which one you're talking about.
Second floor. We got 3 bedrooms up there. Far left is the office. One in the middle is something, and the one on the far right's Well, I don't know what you call these rooms. I'm sure they have names, like the twins room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So anyway, the bathroom that joins two of the bedrooms. Last night the shower curtain just fell, and it was loud enough for me to hear in my bedroom.
Jesus.
So I go up there. Well, first of all, I got to walk around the house and figure out what the hell the noise is. And you know how much I love going through my house in the middle of the night with a gun. Because the last time I did that, I shot a mirror.
Yes. Turn the corner.
Well, the house was empty when I did that. Yeah. I still hear that fan.
It's still on. If I unplug it, the light goes out.
Well, I don't care if the light goes out.
Okay.
Well, I can't do a show. What was I saying?
Talking about walking around the house with a gun.
Oh, yeah. But that was when I just moved into the house, and it was empty, and it's the middle of the night, and for some reason I decided to go check it just to make sure all the rooms are empty, and they had left us full stand-up mirror in one of the rooms. I whacked it. All right, anyway, so I go up last night, and after I looked through the whole house, I finally find it in that bathroom, and it's just laying on the floor. And I think, well, it's not a big deal. I'll just put it back up. Figure I'm going to have to screw the pole back out.
Sure.
Pole's too far out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's freaky.
I mean, you picked the pole up off the ground and went, all right, you got to screw it back out, because obviously it got loose and fell. It's still like an inch or two long to fit back into the tile.
And you've been in there recently? It was hanging?
No. I haven't been in there in months. I very seldom go to that bathroom unless one of the other crappers gets filled up.
Yeah. That's weird. Anything else?
No. That was it.
That's enough.
Then I just go back to all the crap that Dewana told me. Had she never told me about that right after I moved into the house, about being haunted and the ex-girlfriend floating around, I never would have thought anything. I just thought, hey, you know what? Shower curtain fell. Crap like that's going to happen.
Is there any meaning you can attach to that? I mean, any sort of occurrence in the relationship with this particular person that might be significant of?
No. And the other thing is anything that's ever happened that's slightly weird in the house has always been I don't want to go home.
Has always been what?
It's always been upstairs.
Upstairs, yeah.
Oh, really?
That is your mic. It's picking up something.
What's it picking up?
I don't think listeners can hear. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't know why it's all limited to upstairs.
What else has happened?
I've heard noises up there. I've heard some of the stuff could be like squirrels running around in the attic or roof or whatever.
Trees brushing the roof, maybe?
Not
now.
Yeah,
but before.
There were a couple other things that happened. I can't think of what it's been because it's been so long. But for the longest time, I wouldn't go upstairs at night.
Really?
And go up in the attic? Not a effing chance. No. And I wouldn't do it during the day if nobody else was there. Grown man, and at the time, this was right after I got in the house. I must have been 41. I wouldn't go upstairs. I wouldn't go upstairs at night, and I wouldn't go in the attic at all.
You've never been in your attic?
Well, I go now.
Right, okay.
So now I'm just starting to wig again. There was no reason for that shower curtain to fall.
Well, and to be overextended.
Yes.
Well, could that not be a function of the spring? I mean, most of those have this spring mechanism.
No, because this one you have to screw. And as you screw it, it gets longer.
I see.
Because I thought about that, too. If it was just one of those, springy things like your toilet paper roll holder.
Right.
Then, yeah, possibly that could happen. But I couldn't even stick it back into the wall.
You got something going on in your house. I mean, that's inexplicable.
Are you jacking with me?
No. How would you explain it?
I don't have an explanation.
Offer a non-metaphysical rationale for what occurred with your shower curtain.
I have no answer. And I'm not calling Dewana.
I was going to say, don't call Dewana.
No.
She'll make your girlfriend cry again.
Oh, you missed that over the weekend, Everett.
What happened?
We go out to eat. It's celebrating Dewana's 23rd wedding anniversary. I go to the bathroom with Claude. I come back to the table. Dewana's got my date crying.
Why?
Nobody knew at the time.
You haven't found out?
The girl I'm going out with won't tell me. And Dewana said part of it was the fact they were talking about her dead grandmother. But there was more to it because I didn't get any sex that weekend.
Oh.
And then, the evening's over. Go outside, take Claude for a ride around the block in the Batmobile. Get back, she's crying again. So now I've had to forbade Dewana to no longer talk to her.
Yeah, if it's going to cut into your poon, man, that's We got to draw the line.
And, of course, Dewana's blaming it on me. Well, it's the way you're treating her. I didn't do anything. The weekend was fine until you started spewing out your little psychic blue blah. Sorry if I got too technical.
Yeah, you did. Trey sent me a message here that said your foundation could have moved a little bit. I don't think your foundation...
Enough to make that thing... Because that thing was out that far, which is about 2 inches.
Yeah, that'd have been an earthquake.
Yeah, foundation's not going to shift that much.
No. A lot of other things would be falling and breaking.
Right. All right, I give up.
Oh, no.
Hang on. She moved. How are you doing, Eddie? Okay. Oh, we just came back, didn't we? Hi, Amazing. Can I talk to you on the air? All right, I had something happen upstairs in the middle of the night last night.
What do you think it was?
What do you think it was?
Well, I know what it was.
All right, what was it then?
I'm not going to call her name, but I know what it was.
Why again?
One is she's wanting to check on you for some reason, and besides...
Dan, you don't have to type that Dewana's on the hotline. I called her. But thanks.
She's afraid that you're doing some things that you've done before, and you're not taking care of yourself properly.
What things have I done before that she's worried about?
Well...
And wait a minute. We're still talking about the ex-girlfriend that died from the coke overdose.
Yes.
All right. Why is she bothering me?
Because she cares about you.
She's the one that screwed up her life. I didn't screw up mine.
She don't want you doing it. She don't want you doing that to yourself, and she watches you doing it on an emotional level. So she's trying to be around to help you not do that.
Does this have anything to do with his new dating scenario?
Yeah, probably.
Are you talking about just the one I'm dating or everybody that's in the mix?
Everybody that's in the mix,
all right.
But the one you're dating.
Okay. I thought you said the one I'm dating is fine.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to be very careful what I'm saying right here. Okay?
I don't know what she's saying then.
I'm saying emotionally where you're at.
I'm not anywhere.
And how you guard yourself.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Anybody know what she's talking about?
I have an idea. I think she's talking about the extent to which you guard yourself emotionally around women, I guess, in particular. In this instance.
That's not me repeating a pattern. I was open to this one that died. Now I'm being more guarded. Make sense?
Yeah, sure. No, but I think it is a pattern with you. I mean, from what I've seen with you with other women, that's typically how you conduct yourself. I'm not saying that's bad. It's
a pattern.
Oh, you don't know.
It is I do know. I do know. It is a pattern. And she's trying to get you to stop having that same pattern that you have a tendency to repeat.
So she wants him to get with this current girl?
Yes.
Oh.
She wants him to be happy, unlike what she was. And she knows he cared enough about her to try to make her happy and try to keep her safe, and he couldn't do it. So now she's one of the good guardian angels that you have around you. So this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Why is she waking me up in the middle of the night pulling shower curtains down?
Well, how in the world do you think she's going to get your attention otherwise?
How about like a normal ghost?
I think she is being totally normal. You have a problem with it.
You know, some kind of floating apparition at the end of the bed.
Right.
She's doing what she needs to do in order to get your attention, because otherwise, if it's not a clanging bell with you, you won't listen.
Well, and you are talking about it with
that's true. Because if it was just a noise, and I hear noises in my bedroom a lot, and I just
she likes to watch. She was kinky like that.
I mean, these are loud popping noises that I just kind of pass off as the wind blowing the house and the fountain, whatever. Or the TV after being off for a while, it's been hot, starts making shut up. I'm rationalizing. But I hear noises in the bedroom a lot, and I just dismiss those. This thing with
to watch. She was kinky when she was alive. She's kinky now.
So she's watching me everything I do in the house?
Uh-huh. You want to know that, don't you?
No, I don't want to know that. She tell anybody?
Well, you don't want her to watch. Tell her not to.
Yeah, you can tell her not to. Tell her to leave, like we did before.
No, but the last time you told her to leave, she went to your house.
Yeah, you go to Judy's and call him from there.
I swear before God, as I'm standing here, I would never believe it if I hadn't watched it happen right there. Because, JD, I think it's Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. We're standing in the house, and obviously we've been drinking because it's Thanksgiving. You have to give thanks to
alcohol.
Yeah. And JD goes, all right, get out of the house. He says her name, get out of the house. Not more than 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I'm starting to get ooky. 30 seconds later, his cell phone rings. Caller ID shows that it's coming from his house. There's nobody in his house. There's no way to get in his house. His kids are all out of town, and the house is locked, and they have no keys. There was no way for that number to show up on his caller ID.
And yes, there was. She called.
That's freaky. That's the scariest thing I've ever. And I stood there and I looked at him and I went, you go, who is it? You know, like, you don't go, this. And then you go, that's your kid calling? That kid is out of town. Kid don't have a key. Other kid is in Florida.
So,
can't be.
Girlfriend is out of town.
Jackass goes to home and sends her back.
That's right.
I don't want to live in that.
That's right. She was just letting you know, okay, I left. I'm over here.
Is it going to piss anybody off? And I hate to sound stupid like this, but is it going to piss anybody off if I just go home and tell her, you know what, I appreciate the help, but would you get out?
It won't piss her off, no. No, but I don't think you really mean it, and she doesn't either.
Yes, I do, because I don't want to see anything. I'm still so paranoid that every time I go down the stairs, I hang onto the rail just because I got this fear somebody's going to come up and push me.
Now that's not.
I'm not going to do that.
It's just it's that weird feeling right between your shoulder blades every time you go down the stairs. Yeah. You're ready for somebody to push you.
Well, actually it's because you know she's in the house with you, and that she walks around, and upstairs is usually where she's relegated.
And why is it always upstairs?
Because that's usually where she's relegated to. You put her there.
I didn't put her anywhere. I don't want her in the house.
Well, then you need to tell her that. But you need.
Well, here's the other thing I'm afraid is I'm going to say, all right, I don't want you in the house, and I'm going to hear somebody go, okay. And then the realtor signs go up.
Won't do any good. She'll go wherever you go.
Have one of us over there when you do it.
See?
Or I'll do it. I'll just tell her not to go to my house.
Did we ever do the Ouija board at my house?
Not at your house. Remember, I brought it over and you threw it away. The first one,
I wouldn't play on the Ouija
board. I brought it over and you.
Oh, that's right. I gave it to Brumley.
Look at him.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, I did. That's true. I gave it to Brumley. I didn't want it.
I remember that.
Well, I don't love Ouija boards.
See what you did to Brumley? You give Brumley the tumor.
I did not. I gave you the Ouija board.
I didn't want the Ouija board. That thing's demonic. It's not. It is.
It is not demonic. It's who uses it.
That's Satan's mouthpiece.
We did it up here and did nothing.
It's not something that I like to have around, but, it's not demonic.
You give Brumley his tumor. I hope you're happy. You brought the Ouija board. I give it to him.
Listen to her. I did
He got the Ouija in his head.
He did not give her. He did not give Al a tumor. No. Okay.
How do you invite a ghost in your house?
Yeah, well, you already have.
I didn't invite anybody.
Yeah. All you have to do is ask them to come.
Ask
JD. He knows how.
I don't know anything. I'm out.
Does it say anything in your book about this?
Yes, it does.
Because I loaned the book to the girl I'm dating. She's got it right now.
You loaned the book that I gave you out.
Lend?
You loaned it out.
What is it?
Either one will work.
All right. No, it won't.
You loaned it out, actually. You loaned out the book that I autographed for you.
I'm getting it back.
Are you sure? Because, the way you pass women through your house, are you positive?
I'll buy another book.
No, you won't, because my feelings are hurt. No, you won't.
All right. Why can't you just, why don't you come over, not this weekend because it's Mother's Day, weekend after next, and just get her out of my house?
Honey, I don't have to be the one that does that.
I know, but I don't want to be around, and I don't want to hear, yes, I'm scared. I don't want to see a ghost. I don't want to hear any noises. I don't want to know anything about a ghost being in the house.
Well, you can tell her that then.
I don't want to. Because she's going to leave some sign leaving the house, just like she did when she was alive.
How come you can't just say, hey, I want to see you, and they appear?
No.
Well, go ahead.
Why? No, what if you do?
I don't want
to. Yeah, tell him to go ahead. Because she'd come.
No.
She would stand there in human form.
She'd stand there in a form that he could see.
Lady, you're a nut.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I am not.
Somebody is.
No,
so
I
go to Russ's house. Does it have to be him or me?
I'm sorry, what?
If I go to his house, JD, if I go to Russ's house and say, hey, blank, I know her name, show me yourself right now.
She may or may not. For him, I know she will, but she may or may not.
All right, you want to come over tonight? Sure. It's going to be our last night drinking.
Yes.
Come over tonight.
Y'all don't need to be drinking when you ask her to come.
Why not?
You just don't.
Hey, if I'm sober, I'm going to freak out.
She's a drug addict. You do not need to be drinking when she comes. Okay? And on the other side, you keep some of those little habits if you want them.
Are you on the pot?
No.
What are you
I'm
doing?
outside. That's the waterfall.
Oh.
I came outside so you couldn't hear my puppies barking.
Whatever.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not on the potty. You would know the difference.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh-huh.
My mistake.
Yeah, I know. But seriously, you can ask her to leave if you want her to really leave, but you're really not sure that
I don't want her in the house. And this thing with the scaring the house, because I didn't go back to bed for like another 45 minutes after the shower curtain thing last night.
Well, they do little things like that to get your attention.
I don't like it.
And usually it happens around 2 o'clock. 2 to 3, that time of period in the morning is usually the best time for
it was a little after 3 o'clock.
They can really get your attention then.
Is that true of all ghosts or just Russ's?
Pretty much all ghosts.
Why?
Because it's easier to get your attention right then than any other time.
Yeah, she's right.
And a lot of people will think they're dreaming about ghostly friends of theirs or ghostly relatives that they've had, and they're actually not dreaming. They're actually talking to them in spirit.
Come over to my house. I'll give you some cash.
You don't have to give me anything. I can sit right here and tell her to leave. But whether she will or not is another thing until you decide you really want her to go.
Yes, I want her out.
You promise.
Get her out of the house for me, and there's a lovely gift in it for you.
I don't need a gift. I'm telling you, she can leave, okay? Just like.
And you owe me for costing me sex last weekend.
What?
You owe me for costing me sex.
I did not cost you
Yes,
sex.
you did.
I did not cost you.
Out of those 4 people at that table, you and Claude were the only ones that went home and bumped grades.
Did you talk to her about that? Did you talk to her about that?
She's not telling me anything about what you guys talked about.
She's not.
Nope.
At least she's talking to you.
She ain't talking to me with the right pair of lips.
Well, she's...
Do we need a break? All right, I have to go.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Bye, Dwana.
Dwana Bird. I forget what the hell her website is. She's got like 3 or 4 of them. It's on the front page of my website under horoscopes. You coming over?
I will if you want me to. But apparently you have to really...
All right, then here's what we do. We go to my house.
Right.
We take a tape recorder.
Okay.
Perhaps a video camera, just in case. Okay. I don't like this.
Okay.
Because you guys are going to leave, and I'm going to be there by myself.
She's not going to hurt you.
I don't like it. I don't care if it's real or not. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's just enough, I believe, just enough to wig me out.
It's creepy.
There have just been enough things in that house to make me think there's something else in there, brother.
Wasn't Abby barking at...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Abby was barking at the wall one time.
Just at the wall for no reason.
Really?
Yeah. No window, no nothing in that area, just barking at the wall. That wigged me out, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least she's not harmful, according to Dwana. She's your guardian angel, so she'll be there to help you out.
Well, the last thing I would think that I would move into that neighborhood and have to worry about spooks.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll be back. What?
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
Enough to drink the night before, you can still be legally drunk the next day.
Oh, sure.
So he went out to blow on his car and it wouldn't start?
Wouldn't start because he'd been drinking the night before. Got up in the morning and got a violation. He's on probation for DWI.
Well, there must be different levels of them because some of them apparently just to get the car started you blow. A friend of mine got one put in and it was just random. It would be like 20 minutes apart or 4 hours. Anytime you're driving that vehicle. And he'd be talking on the cell phone. He'd go, up, hang on a minute. You've only got like 15 or 20 seconds to blow in the thing. And then it doesn't stop the car. It just records it. And you have to go in every week and have them plug into the unit and read out the report.
That's got to be a severe DWI thing, though.
Yeah, usually you don't see those except on cases of repeat offenders.
Yes.
I had a guy, though, a client that would just leave his car running. He'd take 2 sets of keys, park at the club, leave his car
don't share this.
Well, it's just such a stupid device. I mean, it's so easily defeated.
Well, obviously not if it's got that alarm that goes off every few minutes.
All I know is this guy would leave his car running while he was in the club, come out, and
you know what? If they get that bad, why are you letting them drive anyway?
Well, I'm not advocating that people do this, clearly, but I'm just saying it's, as a deterrent, it's seriously flawed.
Well, I'm sure everybody, has done figure ways around it. Have your kid blow in it. You're driving along, your 7-year-old here blowing in it.
Fun game for Junior.
Look, Tommy, the little bell's going off again. Blow on it. All right, let me see. Did we do news?
No. We did it once.
What do we do? Oh, wasted half an hour talking about some spook in my house. Yes, Mary?
Where do you get off blaming Dewana for your problems this weekend?
It's Dewana's fault.
No, it's you, because you get all pissy and clam up.
No, I didn't get clammy. Everything was fine until Dewana opened her mouth and started telling the girl I'm going out with. I got to give her a name. Let me see. I will call her Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yes.
I'm sure you pissed her off, and that's why you didn't get any.
No, I didn't get any because Dewana got her all upset, and nobody would tell me what was going on. Everything was fine until I came back to the table, and she's crying. And the rest of the weekend... Do what?
It's called communication.
I tried to ask what it was. Nobody would tell me anything. Dewana wouldn't, and Jennifer wouldn't.
Well, then just, I mean, I don't understand.
I'm sorry. Just, doesn't correct the situation or give me any kind of advice.
Well, you need to talk about it.
I tried to talk, and I kept getting nothing. Nothing's wrong. Obviously, something's wrong. You're crying. And we're not having sex. I'm not pounding your guts. Something's wrong.
So then, why aren't we having sex? Let's go to it, have fun, it's over with, not talk about it, and winky time.
She wasn't doing anything.
Well, apparently.
Apparently nothing.
You did something.
Apparently Dewana ruined the restaurant. And I picked up dinner.
Well, aren't you the best?
Yes, I am. And if I drop that much money on dinner, I expect to pound guts later that evening.
God. Well, I don't understand.
It is Dewana's fault.
I agree.
You're not telling us.
And I'll tell you what else, because a lot of times Dewana will hit something right on the head or say exactly what that person is thinking. So they automatically think, hey, she's amazing. And she does. She's done a bunch of really amazing stuff. But I don't want to happen at my dinner table and ruin my sex weekend.
Yes. Well, then write up a contract or something. We go out to dinner, no talking to the girlfriend.
I've already told her. She doesn't talk to anybody. She doesn't. If they ask her advice on anything, I forgot.
Because she's going to come up with something, they're going to get freaked out, and then they're going to clam up and know.
Yeah, you're right. They're on the spot. Dewana won't tell them no.
Well, then don't go out with Dewana.
Obviously, I can't anymore.
I mean, invite her over, get the spook out, or have sex with the spook. How about that?
I don't have sex with spooks. What's the matter with you?
Well, apparently she's all kinky or something. That's what Dewana says. Maybe you can get it on with her.
No, I don't want no spook poon.
Well, are y'all having relations right now, or are y'all still upset with each other?
No, this was last weekend. So normally we don't get to see each other during the week.
Oh, you just have salad tossing time?
Yes, that's what the married chick that comes by.
I see. All right. Well, try not to be such an a-hole.
It wasn't my fault.
Okay. Just don't take
Not my fault. I'm taking responsibility. Everything was fine until that happened.
I'm with you on this one. Dewana needed to butt out. And she did it twice, whatever she did.
Yeah.
That's like saying somebody comes up and kicks you in the leg and it's your fault because you bruised.
Yes, that's exactly what that is, Everett. Thanks.
It'll catch up to you later.
But it don't.
Yeah, you may be right.
All right. You ready for news now?
Sure.
Remind me of having sex and put a spook in my house. Now I gotta put up signs.
What signs?
I don't know if I want to say that.
I don't think you do that. In that case, go with your gut.
I gotta put signs over there.
No, you don't want to say that.
All right. Go ahead then.
News and information brought to us by Outback Steakhouse and by SBC Communications. Oh, and by Coyote Ugly. I'm going to be out there tomorrow night on Commerce Street in Deep Ellum. Fox is doing an open casting call for their next reality TV show called Paradise Hotel. Men and women, come on out, okay? And the band cranks up about 9:30. I'll be there 8 to 10.
Oh, hold on. I forgot to ask something. Hey, Dan, is Lindsay coming up tonight?
Last I heard, yes.
All right.
Who's Lindsay?
That's their producer for the Dan and Tasso show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the face about? What's the face?
We've tried to warn her, but she's...
What's to warn?
That coming up here and drinking whiskey with you after the show in your studio could be definitely fun, but...
But what?
But that you might expect certain things.
What things?
You can't tell me you don't honestly, you're not going to try to hit it.
Dan, it's your producer.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to look out for her.
There's nothing. What are you worried about? What could I possibly do? She seems like a sweet girl. She's getting into radio. She wanted to see the studio. Wanted to have a couple of drinks. I certainly expect nothing out of it. Okay. All right, a stinky finger. And that's it. You get that out of professional courtesy.
Which reminds me, I'm terribly sorry for walking in the studio last night after the show was over. All the lights were off. So
you know what? Some people knock.
I assumed the lights being off that everybody had gone. I left my cup in here, so I opened up. I'm terribly sorry. And
you knew I was still in here, and you did that on purpose.
I thought you were in your office.
Why would I be in my office?
Why wouldn't you be in your office? Why would you be in here with the door unlocked with the lights off?
Some people knock. Eddie knocked when he came in.
I don't knock on an empty studio when it's after the show.
You didn't know it was empty? You knew I was in here and you knew what I was doing.
Normally when you're in here, the lights are on.
Not when I'm doing stuff.
Didn't know what you were doing. I found out.
Pervert.
Pervert. It was empty.
That's the reason you came in. It was you came in, you knew you were going to see something.
No, I wasn't.
And you did.
No, yes. But I didn't know that.
It looks good shaved, don't it?
It was just... It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Next time, turn her towards the door. An audio tape found in Baghdad is thought to contain a speech recorded last week by Saddam Hussein calling on Iraqis to wage a secret war against occupying coalition forces. That's according to the Sydney Morning Herald. They said the tape would be available to U.S. authorities soon. Ari Fleischer said, "We don't know if the tape is genuine or not. It is being studied." The tape is a 15-minute
Why do they keep asking the Dorito guy about that?
Ari Fleischer?
Yeah.
That's...
What?
You're thinking of Avery Schreiber.
Oh. Yeah.
The Doritos guy?
He's the this one's the White House press secretary.
Oh, never mind.
Ari Fleischer, different guy.
Okay.
The tape is a 15-minute monologue.
So confusing.
Yeah, they're close.
Yeah. With Saddam's voice sounding quite tired following leader's speech, interspersed with coughs, calling for Iraqis to face the invader and kick them out of Iraq.
Why don't you go face them and kick us out, punk?
Yeah, they say they think he got away with at least $1 billion in 2 tractor-trailer trucks. Was it the day the war started?
I think so.
Yeah. They saw 2 tractor-trailers with $1 billion leaving town.
So he's out of the country.
That's what they say.
How could they miss tractor-trailers leaving Baghdad?
There can't be that many main highways.
Yeah. This thing is just so chock full of weirdness. Hey, he's here. No, he's here. He's here with all his buddies. Let's bomb the dookie out of this one. I don't think he was in there.
And gone with $1 billion. Where do you disappear with $1 billion in cash?
And what currency was it? Was it theirs or was it U.S.?
He apparently is very fond of U.S. currency.
Well, I understand why. Because it's going to be hard to cash bills now with his face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. U.S. currency, you can spend it anywhere.
Did you hear the story that I think it was in the Washington Post about the French helping some of the Iraqis?
Oh, escape.
No. Yeah. Do you have the story?
I don't have that one right here in front of me now.
So just once again, another reason to despise and hate the French for everything that they are.
Absolutely.
Do you think you have it? We'll wait. I'll visit with Everett while we're waiting. How was your weekend?
It was fantastic. I just kind of hung out, did some stuff around the house, you know. And you?
Mine was lovely. No sex.
Oh, yeah, the whole Tawana thing.
Right. Took the Batmobile out.
Did you?
Oh, I was drag racing a cop Sunday afternoon.
What city? Just trying to liven things up.
Yeah. Smoked his ass.
Did you?
Yeah.
What kind of car was he in? Crown Vic or?
Yeah, I think it was an Impala.
Wow.
Yeah.
I apologize for all that. I don't have it.
That's all right. Everett and I had a nice visit.
Lovely.
Yeah, we got some scintillating content out of it.
Lovely.
Both of us flipped on the lights and sirens.
Really?
Yes. It was like I told JD yesterday, it was just one of those moments.
Running red lights.
Yeah, we came up on an intersection. Hey, you know what? The hell. We're here anyway.
With a police escort.
No, with a Batmobile escort.
I see.
He's getting his ass kicked. Little S-Box Impala. How dare you? Go ahead.
As Purdue's semester ends, the editor of the Exponent...
As what?
Exponent?
What was the first sentence?
As Purdue semester ends, the editor of the newspaper says he's baffled by the big problem he's caused. Basically, in the paper, he said, women at Purdue are too fat. There aren't enough quality, healthy women on campus. That's Josh Brown speaking. Brown's opinion in their newspaper broke a response record. The phones lit up. Everybody started sending letters. You better think before you speak, said one unidentified voicemail message. One woman was so offended she walked the campus half naked wearing a protest board. Some are now taunting Brown, saying he'll never get another date on campus. By the way, the Center for Disease Control says Indiana is the 12th most overweight state in the union.
So obviously he was right. And these chicks wouldn't be pissed off if they weren't moos.
As Everett said earlier, corn-fed.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. It goes back to what we've said before. Don't be it. Don't get called one.
Yes.
And you won't be offended when people mention it.
Yeah. Wouldn't bother you at all.
Nope.
Hold on. Big moo break. Thank you. What is it, Jasmine?
Oh, my gosh. Russ.
Yes.
Do not leave us hanging. What were you doing in the studio in the dark after hours by yourself?
I wasn't by myself. I was with Katana.
Oh.
Is that enough for you?
That's enough for me.
All right. Good.
Thank you.
Glad I could help. And you know what? Did I call for you? What is this? Oh, France help. Oh, look. Thank you. Very producer-like of you.
Thank you, sir.
Trey's got the story.
Got it.
French government secretly supplied fleeing Iraqi officials with passports in Syria that allowed them to escape to Europe, the Washington Times has learned. An unknown number of Iraqis who worked for Saddam Hussein's government were given passports by French officials in Syria, U.S. intelligence officials said. We need to cut off if we have any reciprocity with France of anything, we need to cut that off right now. I'm sick of them and that rotten country. Do we get anything from them that we need?
No.
I mean, other than just, consumables, crap like that?
No, we really don't. They don't have any natural resources we need.
Congress is considering legislation that would impose economic sanctions on Syria for support of terror. Why are we not doing anything to France?
They don't have any oil.
Congress is considering legislation that would impose economic sanctions on Syria for its support of terrorism and to pressure it to withdraw its forces from Lebanon. Unless I'm missing something, it doesn't say anything what we're going to do to France.
Well, I don't think they pose a threat in the way that Saddam Hussein's regime did. Hence, I don't think we're going to launch an attack just because they're rude. We've known that they're rude for years.
But they secretly supplied fleeing Iraqi officials with passports.
True, but that's not a worldwide threat in the way that weapons of mass destruction are.
Well, we don't know what these who the officials were. We don't know what their positions were, what knowledge they had, what they were capable of. We'd at least like to know.
No, you're right, but I think that's why we will not be attacking France.
I don't say attack them; just cut off anything with them. They don't like us; we don't like them. They treat Americans like crap when they go over there.
Yeah. A lot of Americans are posing as Canadians in Europe these days. That's true. They're carrying around backpacks with Canadian flags on them rather than American flags.
Oh, I get it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Tornadoes that struck Kansas, Missouri, and Tennessee killed 40 people and destroyed at least one entire town.
How many stories you got left?
I can wrap it up.
Eddie says we got a break. End with a happy, uplifting story. You got anything with monkeys or anything?
No, I don't have monkeys.
I told you, always have a monkey story ready.
I'll work on that.
Take one of the story. Oh, you know what? Dan, just tell her not to come up today. If you and Tassos are going to be pissy about it, I don't want her up here. Your mic's on.
I'm not being pissy.
Obviously you are.
No, I'm not.
You've already decided what's going to happen. I just tell her not to come up. I have nothing. I'm leaving at 7 o'clock. Tell her I'm sorry I can't hang out with her or just be buddies with her. But obviously you and Tassos have other ideas.
No, actually that's not the case. I just want her to be aware of the situation.
Isn't that the case?
Well, yeah. I mean, you basically nixed the whole thing and tried to discourage her from coming up here, correct?
No, I didn't try to discourage her.
Excuse me. Yo, I warned her. What does that mean? I warned her. What were you warning her of?
You got me on that one.
Yes, of course I do.
But I was just telling her the facts that, coming in and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the way that you looked at her one night when she took a pull off the jack.
Mm-hmm. Fine. Tell her I'm busy and I can't, I have other plans that have come up.
All right, your call.
Thank you.
What? Okay. You let him dictate who you see and who you don't?
No, I'm going to let him deal with her.
Okay.
Because now she's going to be pissed off at him. Because he ruined her evening.
Yes.
Of stinky finger.
He did.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Finally, a Florida judge ordered a retired couple to pull up their carpet.
Make this monkeys.
Okay. Florida judge has ordered a retired couple to remove their monkey.
No. A retired monkey couple.
Oh, okay.
Idiot.
Well, it would have been fun the other way, too.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay, Florida judge.
All right, now go ahead and do it the other way. Make it monkeys out in the front yard. Do it.
That was it.
All right.
I hadn't done the punchline yet, but okay. Florida judge has ordered a retired couple to pull up their monkeys from their front yard. Still, Steve and Mildred Nowarski have covered their lawn in multicolored monkey swatches because they said they had no luck with grass or seeds, landscape logs. They also say spending $250 per sod is too much, so they bought the monkeys. The neighbors seem to be pleased with the ruling. One says, monkeys are wet all the time and look nasty. There's news and information. I'm J.D. Ryan. I'm live 105.
I just told you no. Why?
All right. I figured it's your song. You found it.
I don't know who does the Moo song.
Okay.
You've already asked me 3 times.
You said it on the air once before. You did know who did it.
I never said who it was.
Found it on a website of blah, blah, blah.
Why are you asking?
Because some emailed me wanted to know.
I have them go find it like I did.
How did you find it?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. I'll tell them we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know the names of any songs that we play for any reason at any time. Never ask us anything. We don't know. The music was given to us for free by some unknown person. Are you typing during the show?
There. Gone.
Answer an email during the show.
Out of my hands.
Answer an email during the show?
Yes.
How many times are we going to have this conversation?
You said as long as it's part of the...
This ain't part of the bit.
That's what we're talking about.
I don't know who did it. Okay. Ask me now. I think I remember.
Who did it?
I don't know. These zany radio shows are draining me dry. All right. We finished news.
Yep.
Dan, if you're not warning your producer not to come up here, do you think possibly you could get Gail Lightfoot on with traffic? If that's not too taxing for you? You're not planning for your weekend show? Saturday night, Sunday morning? I'll just stand here and wait. You C blocker.
I was going to come on, but Dan was trying to warn me.
Thanks.
Well, traffic is brought to you by Ultimate Electronics, Carrabba's Italian Grill, and Nissan. Southbound Tollway, Keller Springs, there's a wreck. just before the toll booth in the left center lane. Southbound 75 Central past Yale, the 2 left lanes are blocked. You know what that's going to do to Central. Also in Richardson on southbound Central at Spring Valley, there are 2 lanes blocked via 2 right lanes, and this wreck involves an 18-wheeler. Earlier backups from that deal on I-30 at Dolphin still remain about 8 miles of stop-and-go traffic on eastbound I-30 from Dolphin through downtown back toward Hampton. In Grand Prairie on northbound 360 at Riverside, the left lane blocked by a crash. And we got one in North Richland Hills on northbound Loop 820 at Davis. That's on the exit ramp. Well, this also brought to you by Sonic, America's Drive-In. This month, come celebrate Sonic's 50th birthday with a great deal. Get a classic made-to-order Sonic burger along with their Festive You birthday cake shakes, all for just $2.99 only at Sonic. Have a lovely evening. I'm Gail Lightfoot on Live 105.3, the talk that rocks Texas.
Thank you, Gail. Going to be warm again this evening. Maybe some storms popping up. We'll keep it on the radar for you. 89 tomorrow. It's 87 degrees currently. Live 105.3, the talk that rocks Texas.
Okay. Everett, I was going to ask you this earlier and I forgot. Garland's going to go ahead and let the photo things go by for red light runners?
Right.
Didn't you say that's easy to defend in court?
Well, I think as a matter of proof, they're going to have some difficulty prosecuting those cases simply because in much the same way that lie detectors are inadmissible because they're not generally accepted within the scientific community, so too are the photocops so new that I think that prosecutors may encounter a similar problem.
So it's got nothing to do with being able to identify the driver or anything?
Well, that's a separate issue, but that may be a problem as well, but I think it's a preliminary issue. You know, whether or not you can identify the driver is irrelevant if the means by which you're attempting to identify the driver is itself suspect.
So it hasn't been tested thoroughly. Well, what about the cameras they have at the toll booths?
Well, those are typically civil in nature oftentimes, in much the same way that parking citations are.
Okay.
So if it's civil in nature, you don't have the attendant constitutional protections that you would in a criminal case.
Okay.
Well, the reason that, for example, in the city of Dallas, this isn't true of all municipalities, but in the city of Dallas, if you get a parking ticket, you cannot go to jail if you don't pay that parking ticket because it's been decriminalized. It's been made an administrative type affair, which means that you can still be fined, albeit a minimal amount, but at least at the administrative level,
it's not viewed as a criminal offense,
right? And you don't have to. They don't have to prosecute it beyond a reasonable doubt, and all those types of things that go along with criminal cases.
Does every single car that goes down the tollway and rings a bell get a ticket? Because I actually okay. Well, what do they do? What's the point?
Why do I got a toll tag?
I think I'm not sure exactly what the formula is, but I think there must be one. I think because the people that I've seen that get in trouble for running the toll booth are flagrant violators. They'll get something in the mail from the tollway authority saying, in the past 3 months you've run toll booths 28 times.
Right.
And I think, once you reach a certain point, and I think also too, it has to do with which toll booth you run. So, certain toll booths have cameras, certain toll booths don't. So there's some other variables involved too.
So you just run the ones with no cameras?
Or, you pretend to throw money in when you go by.
But the bell goes off.
Well, perhaps it didn't register the proper amount.
Well, so now you're telling us ways to beat the toll booth.
Of course not. I'm not advocating that anyone do that. I'm just saying theoretically these are ways in which you could potentially defeat such a mechanism were you so inclined.
You realize what you just did. Now all of a sudden all the toll booths are going to fill up with chiclets.
Understand, I'm not advocating that people behave in this manner. That would be unlawful, and I could not encourage people to do that. In fact, I'm sitting here today saying, pay for the toll. When you go through, pay the proper amount. I'm just saying, in theory.
Chiclets.
Yes.
I just got in the wrong lane one time, and I wondered, because I was in the toll tag only lane, and I went, I got to go through now. I can't back up because of a wreck.
I took one of my toll tags out of the car one time, put it in the Mach 5, forgot to put it back in my regular car, ran through a thing, forgot about it, called the toll booth people and said, hey, I forgot to put my tag back in. What's the damage? I was just trying to head them off at the pass. And they said, well, we have your license plate on record, da-da-da. We know you have a toll tag, da-da-da. You get a few different runs before we come get you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you have to be an egregious violator before they mess with it.
Yes. So that was that.
I got you. You guys see speaking of cops and all, in D Magazine, the survey of Dallas police, how happy they are, how happy you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, actually, a police officer emailed that article to me.
Are they seriously pissed?
Say none too pleased.
None too pleased.
Who are they pissed off at?
Well, ask about how many questions they ask. Here's 18 different questions, and these are rated on a scale of 1 is strongly agree, 5 is strongly disagree.
Got it?
1.
5 is strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree is 5.
Okay.
And then there's anything in between. 1, I have confidence in Chief Terrell Bolton as a leader of the Dallas Police Department. All respondents added together, it breaks it down here, whites, blacks, Hispanics, blah, blah, blah. But all respondents, 4.5, almost a 5 as far as strongly disagree.
So of all the police, how many officers did they survey?
This doesn't say right here.
I haven't heard anybody on the force that I've talked to. Of course, I haven't talked to that many cops, but none of them seem to like Bolton.
I haven't talked to one.
I mean, he comes in, he starts firing everybody, he screws up the whole supervisory chain.
Gets the city sued over it.
Yeah. Promotes people that shouldn't have been promoted. Takes all this extra overtime while cops are out on the street making dick. Go ahead.
Promotions in the department is a fair process. Of all respondents, 4.4 on a 5 scale.
Okay, almost all of them disagree.
Everyone in the department is treated fairly regardless of race or gender. 4.5, almost completely. I would recommend the department to a peace officer from another agency who's considering working here. 4.1 on a 5 scale.
We're going to end up losing all our police officers, or at least for Dallas.
We already have lost a lot of good ones. A lot of them go to Plano because the pay's better and they don't have to put up with all the stuff that's going on at City Hall.
That's the next question. Do I plan to be working here 3 years from now? 2.5.
Really?
That's over, yeah. Right at half.
Like because of retirement or?
No, that's just, they plan for one reason or another. It just says that's the question. I plan to be working here 3 years from now. Half of them say no.
Well, that tells you that most aren't planning on making the city of Dallas police officer's job a career.
Mm-hmm. Well, but obviously more of them were planning on staying. It wasn't a totally disagree thing again.
No. 50-50.
I would expect it to be, if they're that unhappy, I would expect that to be the same as the other. So obviously there's something that we don't know here.
Yeah, I would agree.
Read the next one.
I am. Leadership within the department helps me conduct police work efficiently. 4.2. Disagree.
I would expect it to be higher. Go ahead.
I have my training. I have the training I need to do my job effectively. Right in the middle, 2.5.
Okay.
The department policy regarding inappropriate use of force is clear, 3.0.
So they don't know if they can beat you or not?
Basically.
Seems to be clear in Garland.
I have the support of the city manager and his senior staff, 4.5. Disagree.
You hear the audio last time I got stopped in Garland?
Yeah. You got audio?
Yeah. I got dizzy.
Boy, you should miss out on that if you're not in stereo.
Yeah, if you're listening in mono, that bit's just screwed. But they swing you around in Garland.
That's good. I am paid fairly when compared to peace officers with similar rank and experience in other police departments. 4.4. Strongly disagree on a 5 scale.
Right.
I had the support of the mayor, Laura Miller, and other elected officials.
Let me guess. See if I can hit it right on. 4.4.
Everett?
4.8.
4.9.
Damn.
4.9. This one is, let's see. In the last year, working conditions at the department have worsened. 90% say yes. 10% say stayed the same. None say improved.
That's exactly what we need, is a bunch of pissed off, underpaid police officers running around Dallas.
You know, what really sucks, too, is that as dissatisfied as they are, they're still out there doing their jobs. As thankless as they are, they're still willing to produce and perform in spite of the conditions under which they work.
That's why I don't get it when you talk to cops and they go out of their way to thank us for the support that the show gives them. I keep telling them, why would we do anything else? It's just the right thing to do. I'd like to take credit. I'd like to look like the big stand-up guy who, supports public servants. But to do anything else would be ludicrous, especially the way that the government, the local government's treating them.
Well, look at Iraq. I mean, it's a prime example. The first thing they did to restore order, get the police working again.
Garland police. Swing those Iraqis around by their feet.
And finally, the overall morale of the department. Now, this is on a 1 to 10 scale, with 1 being low and 10 being high.
All right.
What do you think the overall
morale?
1 being low, 10 being high.
Does it go in points?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll say 1.7.
1.3.
A little higher than that, 2.3. Overall morales.
Makes you wonder why they show up for work.
There's some data in there, too, on the parole activity daily report as well. If I recall correctly.
This is just those.
Okay.
We're not the bars.
What are you talking about, Everett?
Well,
do we have to break? Make it quick.
The daily activity report that we talked about a while back here on the show, there's a similar question with regard to whether or not the police think that that's a good idea. And
okay.
Scores very, very, very low.
So the cops didn't like that either?
No.
It was a thing that you said was close to being a quota?
Yes.
All right. Is that thing still floating around?
From what I understand, Laura Miller's position now is that it is not, she's decided that it is not illegal.
Good. And I'm sure that they're thrilled that they've got her for another 4 years.
Undoubtedly.
Mm. Yes, Robert?
Yes, Chief, I was floating around on the ADA website the other day and kind of seeing what all they're about, their mission statement, this, that, and the other.
Hold on a second. Do we have to break bad? Yeah. Hang on. Can you hang on, Robert?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We'll be back.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show. Call Russ now at 214-787-1053.
I just got an email from Marty the cop that said Garland's going to make the red light running civil.
There you go.
Instead of criminal.
There you go. That's how they get around it.
Which means what'll happen?
Well, getting back to what I was saying before the break, that gets around the problems of proof that they would have were they to keep it a criminal action. Because it's now civil, you don't have the presumption of innocence, you don't have the constitutional right to a jury trial. All the constitutional provisions that obtain in a criminal action aren't there for an administrative type hearing.
When it goes to like this, civil, do the same rules apply to where it becomes more of a preponderance?
Yes, okay. Exactly. The standard of proof goes down, and also so does the fine amount.
Okay.
Like, for example, parking tickets in Dallas, getting back to that example, $20, $35 if you're late. So, it's minimal fine.
But the Garland cops aren't going to show up at your house.
Well, not at my house.
I mean, like if you're on a red light in Garland.
I don't know.
Because there's nothing more embarrassing than getting swung around in your own front yard.
Yeah.
I've already told you about the conversation I had with one Garland police officer.
I forget what.
Well, just that they're keeping their eyes open for you.
I haven't done anything. I've said, how many times have I said every police department on this planet should be identical to the Garland Police Department? You know not to jack with them. You don't speed through Garland. Mm-hmm. You don't break any laws. And if that would be a deterrent, if somebody's going to go rob a bank someplace and they decide to go to Mesquite or Forney or Richardson or whatever because they're scared of Garland, that's perfect.
Hey, I'm with you. I believe you.
But they're going to get me, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because I'd promised to do some charity thing in Garland for the cops in June. I don't think I'll go. I could be one of the games.
No. No.
DJ Pinata.
They're going to beat me until my guts come out.
No, they won't. They like you. They get it. They like you.
It only takes one.
Yeah. One renegade. All right, Robert, what were you saying?
I was fiddling around on the ADA website last night.
The American Decency thing?
They claim to have bumped Stern in several markets. Again, you do the claim with your fingers doing the abbreviation signs.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, they could claim whatever they want. Well, they say they got him off the air?
Yeah, they're saying they got him bumped in several markets.
Yeah, that's horse crap. If a station, if Stern, if any, what?
If it's true, and if they're right, and if they're that powerful, do we want to go tangling with them?
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah.
They want to come get us. Let them come get us.
Because I know you've been trying for, 3 years now to get a protest and still ain't managed one?
Yes, it's quite disturbing.
Well, go piss them off.
You let them come and get me. Some chick, was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that she's going to call them. I'm going to tell them about you. Tell them about me. Make copies of the show. Send it up there. Don't let them smooch my poot.
That's what I was
They're going to look into you. Look into this.
So, that's what I was thinking, too, because if they want to go after y'all, you know, going after Stern is one thing because he's kind of global, or not global, but national.
Right.
But if somebody in, say, Baltimore wants to come and say something that Dallas is obscene, what the hell difference is it of theirs?
Yeah, I think that was part of the thing we got off on last time is why would an organization in, I think they're in Ohio.
Right.
Wherever.
Yeah. How dare you tell me, oh, that's what it was, because they were sending letters to some of the advertisers on this station.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Which I still think is funny because they were sending them to the strip joints and the adult movie houses and all that going, do you know where you're advertising? Yes.
This is not a family show. Well, since we sell condoms, we don't really think much of families anyway. Thanks, Robert.
Well, isn't this organization just more or less a facade for someone, for one or two people that are actually perpetuating the whole thing?
It seems like it was.
Yeah.
I mean, we did some digging around and we didn't find too much going on there.
No.
And it's, you know, they could say that they got Stern pulled off or whatever they want. If Stern's pulling numbers on a station, they're not going to yank him. I don't care what group's, you know, threatening a radio station.
True.
They can put whatever they want on that website. First of all, nobody really cares, so nobody's going to go pursue any legal action. But yeah, that was it. They were sending letters to our advertisers. You know, how many states away is it?
A bunch.
Bunches of states away. Too many to count.
Right.
Too long for me to think about.
Of course.
Telling people down here, first of all, calling them stupid. Hey, here's the show you're advertising on. Well, thanks a lot. We didn't check into it before we started putting all this money in that station. Thanks for saving us. And the other thing is, all right, so you get to decide what goes on down here. Even though you don't live here and anything happens on this station, there is no way for you to be offended because you can't hear it.
Yep. They were. I think that turned out to be like one farmer somewhere in his, because we got his cell phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember how it all played out.
Structure or anything else.
Yeah, it was a P.O. box and just some guy at his house or something weird like that.
Let me pull up the site. What is it again?
AmericanDecency.org.
AmericanDecency.org. Well, they're happy with Walmart because they're pulling off Maxim and FHM magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Contact us. Phone. Email. No address. Chris, pull up the registration on this website. Show us where they're registered and email it to me in the studio. Because normally when you register any website, it shows your address.
Sure.
Whoever the registrant is. Let's see what else they say on here. Stern. Oh, we looked at this the other day. Then it just says station withdrawals. I don't know that he was ever on these stations. And they're all crap stations anyway. Toledo, Fayetteville, Quad Cities, Charlotte. Oliphant? They're in Oliphant, Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah. Stern's big there.
No, obviously he's not. They yanked him off. Myrtle Beach. These are all crap markets. Nobody gives a rat's ass about any of this.
If you click on bio, Trey says, and that gives you the guy's picture and his...
Oh, it does.
Bill Johnson. There he is.
Hang on. Donations, holiness, scriptures, pornography. Let me look at that. 7 pictures?
No.
Well, that's a rip. If I click on something that says pornography, I want to see something hairy.
No.
It's deceptive.
Hold on. Where's the bio? I see boycotts. I see Disney. How come they don't like Disney? World's largest family entertainment has extended company insurance benefits to live-in partners. What do you care if homos are getting benefits? What a complete group of jackasses.
Look at the last line of that sentence.
It's listing a bunch of different reasons why they want you to protest Disney. They've done all these things, allowed a convicted child molester to direct a Disney movie, Which one is that?
I have no idea. Unless maybe Roman Polanski did a Touchstone film.
Well, it's possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Published a book aimed at homosexuals and promoted numerous other anti-family policies and activities.
Whatever those are.
Yeah. So it tells me nothing. I'm just supposed to take this idiot's word for it. I still don't see bio. Where is bio?
He just said click on bio. I don't know.
I see donation, scripture, pornography, which still is pissing me off. Boycotts Disney, Victoria's Secret, Abercrombie, ADA, Bill Johnson. It's not under bio, it's under ADA.
Telling you what the thing says. What he says here.
Bill Johnson is a nationally noted pro-decency activist, having been engaged in an anti-pornography effort since 1987. I don't like him already. Bill Johnson has been interviewed on radio and television programs such as CNN. Bill is the president of the American Decency Association, a grassroots organization committed to standing in opposition to pornography, obscenity, and indecent. Has anybody noticed it doesn't say anything about violence?
No.
Not a word.
That's okay. Wanton killing.
Yeah, doesn't say anything about violence. The first thing that's going to create a problem for me is violence. Pornography? I don't think so. Homos? Why do I care if a homo gets a blue card? That Blue Cross and Blue Shield's going to cover his butt.
I have no idea.
Hole.
This hole's yes. I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, what is it, Jethrine? Is this a registrant site?
Yeah, Chris sent it to us.
Let me see it. You don't have to highlight it. I don't know how to read it.
All right.
Thank you. It's a P.O. box in Fremont. Technical contact is some other guy. That shows email address. bjohnson@americandecency.org. In case anybody was interested.
What was it?
It's bjohnson@americandecency.org. .org. It's not .com, not .net, not .fm, .tv, no, .org. Don't email me later and go, hey, I sent a nasty letter to him. .com site.
It came back.
bjohnson@americandecency.org. If you'd like to email me.
ADA headed what many consider to be the most broad-based radio monitoring project ever conducted, monitoring the Howard Stern Show in upwards of 24 cities across. Here's the good part. Through its efforts, well, we'll give you the numbers. 90% of the advertisers that once advertised on the Howard Stern Show discontinued advertising on the Stern program.
Then he would be off the air.
90%.
And they wouldn't have renewed his contract for however many years for however many millions of dollars. That's absurd.
Where do you get that number?
And how sad that the head of the American Decency Organization is clearly a compulsive liar.
Why is that?
Well, because it's incredibly ironic. I mean, you've got a guy who's claiming to be taking the moral high road.
Yeah.
And he's untruthful.
What's he lying about?
Well, he's lying because he said that 90% of advertisers had pulled from Stern.
Oh.
And you said that was untrue, correct?
Well, it has to be.
Well, yeah, that's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
exist on 10% of the income that you had.
They say here 15,011 advertisers have pulled off. 15,000.
All right. You know what? I'd like a list of that. I'd like to know exactly what you've done. If you could show me a list, and these people obviously had a problem with the programming and pulled, then I'd like to support you and your group. I'll bet you ain't nobody got a list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and to state it with such specificity, 15,011.
And 11 out of 16,000.
And you're certainly not going to question that.
No.
Because he threw in an odd number. 15,011. If he had just said 15,000, you'd go, pshaw, you're making that up. But the 11, it's the thing that adds the validity to it. Yes, did you have something to add, Jeffrey?
Well, I was just going to say, I'm sure that if they send a letter to an advertiser and that advertiser, for other reasons, discontinues advertisement, they consider it,
there's no way they would. Do you know what an undertaking that would be to monitor all the stations that anyone, it doesn't have to be Stern, it could be anybody, monitor all the stations and all the advertisers and all the ones that they've contacted and then follow up and see if they're still advertising 3 to 6 months later. It's absurd. The undertaking is too big and they don't have the number of people to do it. So yeah, let them come and get me. Come and get me. And then when you get here,
yes,
I'm going to grab you by the feet. you're going to get a look at the wall up close. Oh, that's making me dizzy. Just like when I was there. All right. We need a break? All right. Cameras. All right. You can clear those lines out. We're not going to talk to them. We'll be back.
We'll be back with the Russ Martin Show.
I didn't hear the last thing. What was the Men's Health?
Oh, it's from the Men's Health magazine. What the average guy does, sleeping and otherwise.
Is it 13 minutes long?
It could be. All right. We got a lot of stuff to get to. We didn't get to today.
All right, and
bunch of stuff.
How do you want to do this stop drinking thing? Because this is going to be the last time we do this shtick. Because can't tell you how many times.
I wasn't tell anybody that I had not been drinking. If you noticed, I didn't bring it up Monday. I wasn't going to tell anybody. I was just for that same reason.
Well, looky there. You made it 3 days without snapping.
Only because I was
because you snapped.
I was very irritated.
You snapped.
I was mostly pissed off about the barbecue grill.
Well, that's stuff that could happen regardless of you're drinking or not, or not going through the DTs.
That's true.
And then Joy jumps your ass because it's something. And then it became an all-day argument?
Pretty much. After she hung up on me, it was just an email argument.
All right. How does this play out? You call her and go, hey, I did the stupid. Do you say like this?
I'm on my way to work.
Okay.
I said, and she goes, what do you do?
Hello?
Hi. I'm on my way to work. Actually, I'm going to stop off at the Home Depot first.
How come?
I got to buy a grill.
Stupid.
That was it.
Why you got to buy a grill?
You have a grill.
Yeah, you have a grill. Why?
This morning, I went to light it to do some chicken and left the utensils inside, and it caught fire, and I came down, and it was black smoke pouring out of it, and plastic had melted into the grill and caught fire.
How'd you put it out?
Just grab water and throw it on there.
You threw water on a fuel fire?
Perfect. That's exactly what she said. I went, no, at that point, it wasn't a fuel fire. It was a plastic fire. I turned the fuel off, obviously.
Plastic turns to fuel. It gets liquid when it gets hot.
Turns liquid.
You throw flour on that.
I don't have any flour.
Or ducks.
Water. It is not. It's molten. It's not.
Listen to me. I know better. I know what I'm talking about.
Then I said, don't be stupid. Water puts out plastic.
Paper covers rock.
No, click.
So when you said, don't be stupid, plastic. First of all, just when you said, I put it out with water, that was the end of the argument.
Yes.
Okay. How did the argument continue throughout the day via email?
Dan was like,
obviously she sent you something and it says,
I don't even remember, to be honest. It was just like, I don't like to be called names. That was it. I don't like to be called names.
All right. So it's no longer about the grill. It's because you called her stupid.
Correct.
All right. I don't like to be called names. And then that's when you sent back, don't be one, don't get called one.
Yes.
Okay.
And she wrote back, then I suppose you won't mind being called a jackass.
And then you said,
I said, the whole thing about the grill, I'm not a jackass and I'm not stupid. I know how to put out plastic. I've burned plastic models as a kid. I know when you put water on it, they go out.
And it did.
And it did.
And it was the end of the argument.
It'll splatter and burn you. It's not going to splatter. It freezes when you put water on it.
It goes back to its solid form.
Immediately.
Thank you. That's what water does. That's water's job in life.
So anyway, and part of this is just I'm tense.
Well, yeah, you could opt out of this argument at any point in time.
So many places I could have gotten off this boat.
Well, and that's what Everett said. This was a power play, not just from her, but between you and her. You could have said, you know what? It doesn't really matter because the fire went out. Sorry I called you stupid. That would have been the end of it.
Right.
Yeah. But you didn't do that, did you?
No.
And you know why? Because you want to win. You want to be right.
Yes.
That's exactly the way it should be in a relationship. One person needs to be right, and the other person that's wrong needs to know why they're wrong, and they need to be punished.
Whatever, I don't know about punishment, but in this case, I happen to know about how to put out burning plastic.
It went out.
It went out. And nobody got burned.
Had you thrown water on it, and then it kept burning for days and days, and they bring in Dr. Red Duke, or whatever that guy's name is, Red Adair? Yeah.
Red Duke. I know damn well not to put water on a gasoline fire. This wasn't a gasoline fire. It was propane. You can't put it out with... It's a gas.
Well, let me ask you this. You're utterly convinced that you're correct.
Yes.
Why do you feel compelled to convince her?
I don't know.
Because she called him stupid.
She sent me the definition of molten or something or other, just to be like in your face. Here's what it was. It is liquid. It is fluid. I said something like, it's not liquid.
There's a difference between liquid and molten.
Yes. It's like lava.
Molten is a mushy version of solid.
Well, they're both liquid. One's just more viscous.
That's the word she sent me.
She said viscous to you?
Viscous.
And you took that? Because Dan called me that one time, and that's when I give him the titty twister.
Anyway, that's just been my whole day.
You ever hear him call me that again?
Never.
Because it hurts.
I wasn't in her presence.
I don't even know if I can say that.
Oh, yeah. I got to ask. We don't have enough time. I was going to ask you. Trey's twisted off earlier, throwing the phone about some chick coming up auditioning for his job.
Yeah.
What's that? He shouts and throws the phone down. Throws the phone down very much like someone else did right before they got fired.
Did he break the phone?
He didn't break it, no.
Because if he's going to pull another Goldberg, he can get back in the back of Goldberg's El Camino on the way out of here.
Anyway, somebody's auditioning for his job. You let him know it?
Just a chick that's been in broadcasting for a little while and wanted to come up and interview for the producer job. I asked him to set it up.
God. It's cold. Well, I heard the other end of that conversation, too.
So, who was he? Was he being ugly to her?
No, he was just PO'd that you would ask him to set up an interview.
That's his job as producer.
To replace him.
His job is anything that I need done in the execution of this show. So why would he be mad? Did he get paid to call her and set this up?
Yes.
Okay. It's not like he's doing it on his own time or for free.
No.
Thank you. There's a firefighter on the phone.
Okay.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, JD.
Yes.
You're right.
Thank you.
Plastic is not a fuel fire. It's put out by water. It cools the fire.
So when you guys show up at a fire of a plastics plant, you don't go in with flour.
No.
She recommended flour or baking soda. I'm like, while I'm running to the Kroger, what's going to happen? I don't happen to have it.
Put water on it.
Thank you. All right.
Simplest explanation. Cool it off.
Who are you a firefighter with?
North Texas, I'll say. I'd rather not say the city.
Why is it nobody ever wants to admit to anything on this show?
It's not like we know your name.
It's all right. Well, thank you. Still, thank you, sir, for being a firefighter.
You bet. Absolutely. Y'all take care.
I appreciate it. All right.
Well, there you go. An unbiased professional opinion.
Yes. She can look it up all she wants on the internet. Yeah. It's a fuel fire. Plastic, when it gets mushy, that's a liquid. It's not a liquid. Anyway. Here's what you do. Is you go home and you take water and you throw it in her face and you say, that's liquid. Then you get a plastic spoon and you melt it and you ram it in her fur and you go, that's molten.
No, you don't do that.
And therein she knows the difference.
I've already apologized.
What'd you apologize for?
I shouldn't have called her names.
She was being stupid. Yeah. Had she taken your advice, that apartment would have burned down and probably killed other people in that complex. You are a hero. Yes.
Hero without a grill. Gotta go Home Depot and get one tonight.
No, you're not.
I'm not?
No.
Okay. Why?
What makes you think you can keep buying all these things while you still owe me $3,200?
You said I had until July. Now,
I don't believe I gave you any date. Did I give him a date?
Yes. I said I'll pay you back by July, and you said that's fine.
Don't you think you ought to be watching your money a little bit more wisely with this tremendous
What
debt?
if you're not going to have the money in July? You're going to blow it all on stuff.
No.
No what?
I'll have it.
I don't see it.
I'll have it.
Let me check. Nope. Don't see it.
I'll have it by July. When you said I could pay you then.
I didn't know you were going to go drop $2,000 on a hot tub for your house. And by the way, I saw TV today. You can get hot tub lung, and I hope you do.
What's hot tub lung?
That's what ugly people get in hot tubs when they owe somebody else money.
Only for people that owe other people money.
Yeah, if you didn't owe me anything, you wouldn't get it. It's on TV. Dr. David Winter was talking about it. And he stuck his face right up into the camera. He goes, do you owe somebody money?
What channel? Because I'm going to look that up.
Channel 8, Dr. David Winter.
I don't want to get that.
I'm serious.
Well, it's in my house, and it's stuck.
And they also, that was the other thing, is if it's a hot tub in a confined area,
right? Outside,
it's not as bad.
Great. Well, I can put it outside. I just thought it was funnier in the living room. Well, it's only been there a week.
Whatever. All I know is you're dumping all this money on stuff.
I'll pay you back.
No, that's okay.
I won't get a grill.
I want you to have the grill.
I haven't thought about trying to fix the one I have, but it's ooky.
Well, no, with all this extra cash floating around, why would you?
How bad is the plastic? How old is the grill?
It's about a year and a half old.
And the plastic just won't burn off?
No, I mean, it's plastic. It's big. The handles were like 1.5 feet long, and they melted and caught fire, and they went all into the grill, all into the little gas
jets.
Thank you. And wrapped themselves around the grill. So, I mean, I could probably go to the trouble of...
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Eddie, who's the guy that sold us those grills last year?
I was just thinking that. I've got his email address at home, and he could probably buy the inserts.
Yeah, you could probably replace it and save some money. Both Eddie and I got a grill from him.
Okay.
It's Andy Pope, but I forget the name of the place.
I just remember the grills were PGS.
Yeah. Really nice grills. Did you get a nice one?
How much?
After July, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Obviously, they have grills that go all the way up to $5,000.
Oh, I don't want that one.
Eddie, what'd you pay for yours?
$300.
Eddie got a really nice one.
I saw them for $200 and $250 at
Well, then go get one.
Home Depot.
You know what? Why don't you go get your little Weber, and that way you ain't got to worry about it. Weber, Weber, whatever it is. All I know is they don't fall down.
No.
Those are Weebles.
Whatever.
I'll get a charbroil. That was the name of mine that burned.
All right. They have nice ones at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll get you your money.
I don't see no money. What time is the producer coming up tomorrow, or the chick that's interviewing for Trey's job?
That I don't know. All right. Trey, you want to send me an instant message real quick?
Is she hot?
Yeah, she sent a headshot.
Really?
4. Tracy.
4 o'clock. Good. Looking forward to it. You ready? Okay.
For more information about the Russ Martin Show, to email us individually, or for details on the police and firefighter poster, go to russmartin.com. To instant email us only during the show, send it to studio@russmartin.com. For my war tribute and picture gallery, go to johndavidryan.com. For Eddie Boyd's odd and sometimes scary website, go to eddieboyd.com. To visit Trey, go to treytrenholm.com or pinknipples.net. For updates on the Dan and Tassos Weekend Show, it's danandtassos.com. For law issues, contact Everett Newton at dallasattorney.com, or you can call him at 214-823-LAWS. Let's see here what else we got here. The official site for the Talk That Rocks is live1053.com. Also, the new site for Craig Ludwig is theluddy.com. That's 2 D's, Luddy. Theluddy.com. Who else do we have on today? The amazing Duana Bird. Is she still at cdbird.com?
Yeah.
Okay, that's BYRD. And that's everybody.
That done?
That's it.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you.